Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. The Reading Fightin Phils playing host to the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. This is Game 5 of a 6-game series between the Phils and the Ponies, and Binghamton has won 3 of the first 4 of this series. So Reading up against it tonight and even tomorrow if they want to at least get a home split in this series. The Phils will send David Parkinson to the mound tonight. Binghamton will send right-handed pitcher Christian Scott to the mound to face Reading. Pitching has been the story in this one so far for the Rumble Ponies. Their starting pitching has been very, very good. The Phils' bats have been very, very quiet over the course of the season. Over the course of this series, not over the course of this season. Reading is still the top team in the Eastern League in terms of hitting, and they have been throughout the season, but they have not done so in this series. Reading has only put together 10 runs so far total scored in the first 4 games of this series, so give a lot of credit to the pitching for the Rumble Ponies. The AA affiliate of the New York Mets has done fairly well on the mound, specifically starting pitchers Dom Hamill, Tyler Stewart, and Luis Moreno. Moreno, last night's starter, pitched 5 innings and did not give up a run, only gave up 5 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. The night before that, Tyler Stewart ultimately got the win. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Dom Hamill was brilliant in Game 2 of what was Wednesday's doubleheader. It was a 7-inning game as part of a makeup for the night before when the game got postponed in the 2nd inning. So it was only a 7-inning game. Dom Hamill went 7 innings. The Phils ended up winning that game, the only win in the series for Reading in that second game of the doubleheader. They won it in a walk-off in the 8th inning against the bullpen for Binghamton. But Dom Hamill was brilliant for 7 innings. He gave up 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, and struck out 11. Phils, a lot of strikeouts in this series, including that night. They struck out 13 more times last night. So it has been an issue for the Phils in this series against the Rumble Ponies. And as a result of that, Binghamton has the advantage at this point with winning 3 of the first 4 games of the series. The Rumble Ponies are now 10-14 overall this season. Reading is at 11-13 in the second half of the season. And obviously this was a big series for Reading as they had gotten themselves to the 500 mark coming into this series, and with a chance to take on a Binghamton team that had been scuffling a bit going up and until this series began. And Reading facing now a 2-week road trip when this series begins. It was a chance for them to gain some ground and get their record above 500. Phils have not yet been more than 1 game above 500, and that happened just prior to this home series. So the Fightins still have a lot to play for, and they still believe that they can be a contender for the second half championship, but you got to take care of business at home and at least come away with a split. You like to split on the road and win your series at home, and that's how you win winning baseball over the course of a full 6-month season. But the Phils needing to win tonight and then again tomorrow in order to at least split the series. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back on our pregame show. We'll be back with the start of today's game, starting lineups and first pitch when we come back on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Can't make it to the ballpark? The Our Phils Radio Network has you covered. Legendary Berks County broadcaster Bob McCool is joined by Jake Starr, and they'll bring you radio coverage of all 69 Our Phils home games in 2023. Tune in on the Fightin Phils YouTube channel, Twitch account, Facebook page, or at ourphils.com/. Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information. White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phil's fan road trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phil's fans, see an Our Phil's road game, meet with an Our Phil's player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phil's road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phil's in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phil's player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phil's fan road trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. The Reading Fightin Phils and the Binghamton Rumble Ponies getting set to get underway.
Tonight's all-time enterprises. Game time temperature is 81 degrees. Enjoy tonight's game brought to you again by Carpenter and Beezer.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium. Apologize for a little bit of technical difficulties getting started tonight, but we are underway here at FirstEnergy Stadium. David Parkinson on the mound for the Fightin Phils, and he faces Wyatt Young. First pitch swinging is Wyatt Young. He'll drive one into left center field that will be squeezed by Madison Stokes, and one pitch and one out for David Parkinson.
Designated hitter number 8, Rowdy Jordan.
Here is our starting lineups presented to you by Golden Oaks Landscaping for the Rumble Ponies. Wyatt Young obviously leading off. Rowdy Jordan bats in the 2-hole. JT Schwartz will bat third. Jose Peroza is in the cleanup spot. Augustin Ruiz bats fifth. Hayden Sanger will bat in the 6th spot. Joe Swazi bats 7th. Jalen Palmer will bat 8th. And Cesar Barbesi is in the 9th spot facing left-handed pitcher David Parkinson for the Fightins. And he misses up high for a ball. Parkinson making his 15th start on the season. He is 5-4 overall with a 4.90 earned run average. 75 1/3 innings pitched, 79 strikeouts, and 32 walks. He has surrendered 15 home runs so far on the season. And the switch hitting Rowdy Jordan with a healthy cut that he comes up foul tip. And so Parkinson right now ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jordan, the switch hitter, batting right-handed against Parkinson. The 1-2 pitch over for a call. It's D-right 3 on the breaking pitch, and David Parkinson gets his first strikeout. And with that, 2 outs here in the inning. That'll bring up JT Schwartz. Schwartz playing in just his 2nd game in this series. Been bothered by a hamstring injury, missed some time. Was activated 2 nights ago and played, and actually had a big part in that game. Was 2 for 4. With 3 RBIs, did not play in last night's game. But back in the lineup tonight against a left-hander, and he takes the first pitch from Parkinson, good for a called strike 1. Right back with the 0-1 pitch, and that's fouled out away down the third base grandstand. So Parkinson doing the job and getting ahead of hitters very quickly. And with that, JT Schwartz will call timeout, with Parkinson working a little bit faster than Schwartz was comfortable with. So he calls the timeout. O2 pitch outside for a ball. The defense behind David Parkinson. Ethan Wilson is in left field. Madison Stokes in center. Carlos De La Cruz is in right field. Jalen Ortiz at first. Oliver Dunn at second. Casey Martin is at shortstop. Pedro Martinez at third, and Cody Roberts behind the plate as Parkinson overthrows that slider, it looked like, and bounced it up there. And Roberts blocks it, tosses it aside after it hits in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to J.T. Schwartz with 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Sun beginning to poke through the clouds. There's some storms in and around the area as J.T. Schwartz drives one into right center field. Stokes on a run, back to the warning track, leaps and makes the catch. Madison Stokes jumping up against the billboards and the Renders Event Center and makes the catch and takes extra base hits away from J.T. Schwartz, and that will do it for the Ponies here in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. We'll take a timeout on the Reading Fightin Phillies Radio Network with the Phils coming to the plate when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium.
Gear up for Fightin Phillies season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin Phillies team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphillies.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin Phillies hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear. Plus, throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phil's attire. Root for
the
your
Louisiana Swamplands. Out here you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Fans, nothing beats a great day.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feasers Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feasers supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. Just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Reading Fightin Phillies batting against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Madison Stokes leading off and fouls the first pitch back, and it takes the second one up and in, ball 1. Here's our Golden Oaks landscaping starting lineup for the Fightins. Stokes back in leadoff spot. Carlos De La Cruz again in the 2-hole. Matthew Kroon bats third. Oliver Dunn will bat cleanup. Jalen Ortiz will bat in the 5-hole as the 1-1 pitch comes. And again, Stokes with a healthy cut fouls it straight back. Ethan Wilson bats 6th tonight. Casey Martin will bat 7th. Cody Roberts in the 8-hole. And Pedro Martinez batting 9th. Facing right-handed pitcher Christian Scott, 24-year-old right-hander for the Rumble Ponies, who is ahead of Madison Stokes, 1 ball and 2 strikes, comes up high, ball 2. Scott began the season at High A Brooklyn, got called up to Binghamton on June 12th. He's making his 8th start tonight for the Rumble Ponies, and he's done well, 3-3 with a 2.90 earned run average. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Stokes, and that one's inside for ball 3. 40 1/3 innings pitched for Scott so far, 46 strikeouts, just 7 walks. He surrendered just 4 home runs as well since his call-up. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Madison Stokes, and he swings and misses. And Stokes a strikeout victim as the Phils have their first out again on strikeouts. As I said, 13 strikeouts last night for the Fightins. And that will bring Carlos De La Cruz to the plate. Scott and High A Brooklyn made 6 starts, was 1-0 with a 2.28 earned run average, 27 strikeouts and 4 walks in 23 2/3 innings. Did not surrender a home run in those 6 starts, so he's only surrendered the 4 home runs since his call up to Binghamton, but in a total of 14 starts, just the 4 home runs. So he has been a highly effective pitcher, number 28 pitcher in the New York Mets prospect list prior to the season. As De La Cruz fouls off a couple of pitches. He's quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Carlos at 288 on the season. Team high 18 home runs, team high 49 RBIs as he stands at the plate. Right-hander Scott comes back with a fastball that's up high, and De La Cruz will lay off. De La Cruz 7 for 15 so far in this series. This one rolled towards third. Jose Peroza backs up on it and then makes the throw across the diamond in time to get Carlos De La Cruz. That's 2 outs here in the first. The defense behind Christian Scott. Joe Swazi is in left field. Jalen Palmer in center. Augustin Ruiz is in right field. JT Schwartz at first. Cesar Berbesi is at second base. Wyatt Young at short. Jose Peroza is at third base. And Hayden Sanger is behind the plate. Fight Phil's wearing special jerseys tonight. It's a tribute to Star Wars night. Special Star Wars jerseys on the Phil's backs as Matthew Kroon stands in. Time for today's Phil's team leader, brought to you by Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, and that's Matthew Kroon with his .318 batting average leading the way and 22 doubles as well, team highs. 1-0 pitch, he beats that one foul and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kroon. It's today's Cross Country Mortgage Loan Officer Johanna Arias, Phil's team leader. Contact Johanna today at 484-554-9969 or via email at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. 1 ball, 1 strike to Matthew Kroon. And again, he beats a foul at the plate. And so Scott works ahead now, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kroon. Matthew at 2 for 10 in this series. He's the designated hitter tonight for the Fightins. Stokes getting the start in center field. Pedro Martinez getting the start at third. The 2 spots that Matthew Kroon has played the most frequent of late. 1 ball and 2 strikes to him. And this one he fists foul and out of play. Change up in the coaching assignments. Ray Ricker is coaching at third base tonight. Baron Radcliffe, not in the starting lineup tonight, coaching at first base. So the skipper Al Padrique making up a little bit of change in terms of his coaching responsibilities. Skipper was out earlier today during batting practice. Here's a swing and a miss by Matthew Kroon, and he is retired. So Christian Scott strikes out 2 of the 3 batters he faces in the first, as the Phils go 1-2-3 in the first inning. And when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium, we head to the second inning with the Phils and the Rumble Ponies in a scoreless tie.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us. We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
The Louisiana Swampland. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
3949 for more information. Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs?
Enjoy the show
Look no further
at the
than our
Burke's
trusted
Commercial
team
Roofing
at
Stage
Feasers
at
Food
America's
Distributors.
Classic Ballpark.
For over 120 years, our
Burke's
products have
Packing
been
is a
sourced from the
family
best
owned and
farms and
operated meat
suppliers,
processor
ensuring
located
that
here
you
in
get the best
Reading,
ingredients
specializing
your
in hot
restaurant
dogs,
or
ham,
organization.
specialty
From
meats,
fresh
and
produce
more.
to premium meats,
Burke's Packing provides
Feasers
America's
supplies
Classic
everything.
Ballpark with quality
The
products,
appetite.
including the
Visit
highly acclaimed
Feasers.com
flat
today to
top grilled
experience the
hot
difference
dog.
in working with a top
Join
tier
us for
family
Burke's
owned food
Packing
distributor.
Sunday Family Fun Days
Feasers, your
at
partner for
Sunday
success
home
in the
games
kitchen.
all season long.
Looking for a fast and
FirstEnergy
hassle-free way to
Stadium.
get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. It's just
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium with the Rumble Ponies coming to play here in the second inning. Jose Peroza will lead it off for Binghamton. I'm McCool with you tonight from FirstEnergy Stadium. Game 5 of the 6-game series between the Phils and the Ponies. David Parkinson gets their first strike to Jose Peroza, comes back quickly with the 0-1 pitch that misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reed Broniak, the manager for the Rumble Ponies, coaching in the third base coaching box. And another former Phil, Reed Broniak, played a season for Philadelphia Phillies. Mariano Duncan, former Philadelphia Philly, also on the Rumble Ponies coaching staff. He's coaching at first base. 2 balls and a strike now as Parkinson misses a second straight out of the zone. Comes back with a fastball that's there and fouled away by Peroza. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Peroza at 260 on the season, 10 home runs, 46 RBIs. 2 for 13 so far in this series. And fouls another one out of play, and now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. To be followed by Augustin Ruiz and Hayden Sanger. That's what's due up for the Rumble Ponies here in this second inning. And that one's up just a little bit, and it's now a full count to Peroza. This one fisted towards first. Nice play on the backhand on the hop by Jalen Ortiz, and he'll win the race to the bag. It's a little cue shot off the bat of Jose Peroza, and Ortiz had to range to his left and make the play. The ball actually a little bit behind him when he fielded it in his glove, but he wins the race to the bag. And Jalen Ortiz with a nice play to get out number 1 at first base. Not a hard hit ball by any stretch of the imagination, but just a little bit of an awkward spin, but Ortiz handled it cleanly, and Augustin Ruiz now will bat. And a big swing and a miss. Augustin Ruiz, another of the left-handed hitters in this lineup. So Reed Broniak rolling out 3 lefties in his lineup. Rowdy Jordan, a switch hitter, batting right-handed against Parkinson. 0-1 pitch, and there's the big curveball that didn't break a whole lot. Ruiz had a duck out of the way of it. Ruiz at just 198 on the season. 12 home runs, including one of them in this series. He's one of his 3 hits in this series, a solo home run. 1-1 pitch, and again, a much better breaking ball that time. And Ruiz swings and misses at it, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Parkinson's not going to overpower anybody, but he's a very crafty pitcher, a veteran pitcher. He's 27 years of age, been around this game for a while, drafted back in 2017. Another curveball and a beauty, and Ruiz swings through it. So back-to-back swings and misses at Parkinson's curveball to Ruiz. And that's strikeout number 2 for David Parkinson, and 2 down here in the second inning. That'll bring up Hayden Sanger, the catcher for the Rumble Ponies. Sanger had last night off. He's 2 out of 8 in this series with a double and a home run for his 2 hits. And the first pitch from Parkinson over for a called strike 1. Ethan Gorsak behind the plate calling the balls and strikes tonight. Austin Snow is at first base. Tyler Whitty is at third in our Eastern League umpiring crew. The balls and a strike, and this one lined into center field, but right at Madison Stokes, who has to charge in and make the catch. And that will do it for the Ponies in the second. They go 1-2-3 in the second. Back to baseball town after this in a scoreless tie.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing,
the Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorrento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need. so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Instagram, and Twitter.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. Just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
And identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Christian Scott working quickly and not taking a whole lot of time in the warm-ups, and he has quickly worked ahead of Oliver Dunn. Pitch clock in between innings, and everyone's kind of ignored it when they're getting right back to work, and Christian Scott quickly ahead of Oliver Dunn. And now Dunn tries to check his swing and fouls it out of play. Oliver at 265 on the season, 3 for 9 in this series, and has done his usual job in working counts as well, working a number of walks. He's among the league leaders in walks. And as a result, his on-base percentage is solid as well. No balls and 2 strikes as he stands in here now. And this one lined into right field. Going back is Augustin Ruiz. He'll look up, it's off the wall. And Oliver Dunn hustling all the way will slide in with a leadoff double. 19th double of the season for Oliver Dunn as he rocks one off the Redners Event Center. And the Phils have the first hit of the ball game and a man in scoring position all at the same time. This second inning of baseball presented to you by Cornwall Manor. You can create your lifestyle and continue to live life as you want, but with an added peace of mind knowing healthcare is available when needed. That'll bring Jalen Ortiz to the plate. Ortiz gets the night off last night, scuffling through this series, just 0 for 10 in this series. And spent some quality time yesterday prior to the game working with hitting coach Tyler Henson as he takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Ortiz in the last game that he played, which was Thursday night's game, was 0 for 4, struck out the last 3 times he was up, really swinging for the fences in each and every swing that he took. 1 ball, no strikes now to the big right-hander. And he fouls that one out of play. Ortiz has hit 2 home runs and 13 RBIs since coming back here to Reading. One of those RBIs, a walk-off walk. The bases loaded in Wednesday night's game 2 in extra innings. Ortiz got the walk and the RBI, and the Phils got the win 2-1 in that game. Their lone win so far in this series. 1-1 to Ortiz, and again, it's way outside. It's 2-1. Just watching that batting practice work with Tyler Henson and Jalen Ortiz. Like Tyler Henson was really working on that back elbow of Ortiz, trying to keep that back elbow up, not dipping with his swing. 2-1 the count. Big swing there, and he comes up empty, and it's 2-2. Again, Phil's wearing special jersey tonight, Star Wars tribute, and those jerseys are available for auction. And you can bid for those jerseys. Go on the Reading Fightin Phil's website, and you can find out information on how you can bid on one of those jerseys. There's a swing and a miss, and Ortiz is retired on strikeouts. Third strikeout for Christian Scott is 1 out here in the second. Now I'll bring up Ethan Wilson. Wilson came out of a little bit of a funk himself last night with a couple of hits. One a little bit of a Texas leaguer, the other one a blast off the Redners Event Center for his 14th home run of the season. One of 2 solo home runs the Phils had last night and their lone 2 runs of the game. Pedro Martinez had the other home run for the Phils. Wilson at 258 on the season with those 14 home runs and 44 RBIs. As the left-hander settles in, 1-0 the count. After Scott misses with his first pitch, Scott takes a couple looks back at Oliver Dunn, comes with his pitch, ripped down the first base line, but just foul. And into the Phil's bullpen. like Cam Cannon now coaching at first. It was Baron Radcliffe in the first inning. Skipper Al Padrique is in the dugout, maybe just trying to shuffle the deck a little bit. Trying to give a little bit of a different mojo. Get the Phils out of a little bit of an offensive funk. This one lined into center field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Oliver Dunn being waved around, and there will not be a throw, and Ethan Wilson puts the Phils on top with an RBI single. 45th RBI of the season for Ethan Wilson. He's now a one-out base runner for Casey Martin. First time the Phils have led in this series since that game-winning walk-off on Wednesday night. As Casey Martin now steps to the plate, sporting a .216 batting average. He's just 1 for 10 in this series. That hit coming last night as Wilson takes his lead off of first. Scott delivers, and Martin fouls it out of play down the first baseline. Good crowd on hand. Our EPAW weather forecast for tonight, 85 degrees game time temperature. Is a good stiff breeze blowing at 7 to 14 miles an hour. Right now blowing straight out to right field. Wilson takes his lead. Scott from the stretch. 0-1 pitch coming to Casey Martin. Long pause by Scott this time, and Martin drives one to center field. Jalen Palmer broke back. Now he's charging in, and he'll make the catch as it hangs in the air long enough for the center fielder to charge it and record out number 2. And that'll bring up Cody Roberts. Roberts got the start in this series in game 2, that second game of the doubleheader, and he has a big part of that, including going 1 for 2 with a double. And there's a pickoff throw that Ethan Wilson dives back in safely. Runner at first, 2 down, run in for the Phils with Cody Roberts at the plate. First pitch to him. Checks, but it's over for a called strike. Cody, the Georgian native, played his college baseball at North Carolina, drafted by the Baltimore Orioles, and was with the Orioles up and through last season when he became a minor league free agent, signed with the Phillies. This one back up the middle, and that's through for a base hit. Cody Roberts continues the string of hits for the Phils, their 3rd in this inning. 2 on now and 2 outs for Pedro Martinez as the Phils will roll the batting order over here in the 2nd inning. Pedro at 171 on the season, 1 for 10, and that was that solo home run he hit last night. That one a line drive to over the left center field wall. Martinez is a switch hitter. Batting left-handed against Christian Scott. A little bit of a conversation between pitcher and catcher. Hayden Singer going out to talk to his young right-hander. As Martinez settles in. Pedro began this season pretty much as the everyday shortstop for the Phils, and the hamstring injury that put him on the disabled list for quite a while. Now kind of settling into a utility spot for Phils, playing at 3rd base tonight. First pitch swinging and lines it, but slices it foul on the 3rd base line. Ethan Wilson, runner at 2nd, he singled. Cody Roberts, the runner at 1st, he too singled. With Pedro Martinez at the plate, Christian Scott takes a look back, comes to the plate, and that's over for a called strike 2. As Scott quickly works ahead to Martinez, no balls and 2 strikes. Christian Scott was a Florida Gator, mostly a relief pitcher in college. So he looks back again a couple of times now to Ethan Wilson. 0-2 pitch, bit low for a ball. Scott's been pretty effective in terms of his workload. In 7 of his last 10 starts, he's gone at least 5 innings, and in several occasions gone much more than that, 6 and 7 innings. And in today's game, that's quite unusual. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Pedro Martinez. Fisted down the first baseline. JT Schwartz will make the play all by himself, and that'll do it for the Phils in the 2nd. But they do some damage. They do it with 3 hits, a run across. They leave 2 complete in baseball town. It's now Reading 1, Binghamton nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phillies,
the Louisiana Swamplands.
Trash recycling
Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Feasers supplies everything. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference working with a top-tier family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi,
Look no further
and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
The convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. Top half of the third inning. Binghamton Rumble Ponies to the plate. The Phils with the lead, 1-0. My name is Bob McCool, and I'm joined on our radio broadcast tonight by one of the fans of the Ultimate Fan Contest, Billy Joe Grohol, joining me. And Billy Joe not only is a fan of the Phils and the Reading Fightin Phils, but also a teacher in the Reading School District. Billy Joe, where do you teach?
I teach at Northwest Middle School right up the street from the stadium.
And how many years have you been teaching?
This is my 22nd year in education, 18 years with Reading, and 3 elsewhere.
And teaching, obviously, is a labor of love in a lot of places, but I don't know if there's any more so than so in the Reading School District.
I actually went to Muncie for 3 years and came back because the students is why I teach. It's being in Reading, it's the students that are here. That's why I'm here. That's why I teach. It's what I do every day.
That's tremendous. David Parkinson pitching for the Phils, and he quickly gets 3 straight strikes on Joe Swaz. He never took the bat off his back as David Parkinson records his 3rd strikeout of the night, first out in this 3rd inning. But you are also obviously a part of the Reading Education Foundation, and that's where you ultimately entered and became a winner in this Ultimate Fan competition.
That's correct. Every year in November and December, they have a raffle, and they sell about 200 tickets. They raffle off various prizes, and I was lucky enough to be able to choose the Ultimate Fan package here at the Reading Phillies.
Tremendous as Parkinson goes to work, and there's one backhanded nicely by Pedro Martinez at 3rd, and the throw across the diamond in time. Beautiful defensive play by Pedro Martinez. That is out number 2 here in the 2nd inning. So what all did you win as the Ultimate Fan?
Well, myself and 7 of my family members were here tonight to have tickets to the game. We have the all-you-can-eat buffet. We were able to throw first pitches. We got autographed balls. 3 of my grandchildren got to say play ball. We had visits from the mascots. And then, of course, my time here in the broadcast booth.
Wow, that's obviously the best part of the whole thing.
This is the best part for me, yes.
As Cesar Barbesi steps to the plate now with quickly 2 outs here in this inning. And first pitch swinging, Barbesi fouls it back. But if you would, a little bit about the Reading Education Foundation.
The Reading Education Foundation really is a collaboration between teachers and businesses in the Reading area to help students dream, believe, and achieve. And obviously this was just one of the many opportunities.
There's a ground ball to second base. That'll end the inning. We'll ask you to stick around for a little bit. We can talk about that a little bit more when we come back in the bottom of the 3rd.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks very much. We'll take a timeout. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Rumble Ponies to the bottom of the 3rd. When we get back, it's still 1-0 Reading on top.
Nursing home neglect is a
Auto
serious
Group
problem.
Deck is a great spot for all fans of
has
summer
suffered
picnic
from
and great
bed sores,
tailgate
or pain in a
atmosphere.
nursing
During
home
your
or
picnic,
a
you may
fall
even
down
catch a
in a
souvenir.
nursing home
as the area is situated directly in home-run territory, behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative
The
national
Louisiana
leader in animal
swamplands.
welfare.
Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When and where they need it.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feasers Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant
2 rows of seats,
From fresh produce to premium meats, Feasers supplies everything.
Your party a private area to enjoy the
Visit
ball game
Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier family-owned food distributor.
40 to 60
Feasers, your partner for success.
Enjoy socializing with your
Looking
group.
for a fast and
watch a game
hassle-free
with
way
a
to get
unique
your snacks and
vantage point.
non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium, where the Fightin' Phils come to plate here in the bottom half of the third inning with a 1-0 lead. Top of the order, Madison Stokes leading off, and he swings at the first pitch and fouls this one down the first baseline. JT Schwartz will chase it down and run it down and make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out here in this third inning. As Madison Stokes is retired for the first time, bringing up Carlos De La Cruz. I'm joined in the booth by Billy Joe Grohol, one of the Ultimate Fan Prize winners in 2023, and she represents the Reading Education Foundation. At the end of that inning, Billy Joel rudely interrupted you, telling us a little bit about the Reading Education Foundation. Please continue.
Right, and we have a special opportunity on Tuesday, September 12th, to come out to the stadium from 5 to 8. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, cash bar music. The ticket price is $30, and all of the proceeds go back to the schools in Reading to do things for, to be able to provide opportunities for our students and additional grants. They do provide a lot of grants to the teachers here in Reading, as well as across Berks County. Crystal Gilmore, a Reading High School graduate of 1987, who's currently employed by the Reading School District, and a program director of the Lonnie Walker Foundation, is one of those recipients.
Oh, cool stuff. And it's, again, there's a great tie with the Reading Fightin' Phils now and the Reading School District, because now the Reading Phils have the agreement with the Reading School District that moving forward, the Reading baseball team, Reading High School baseball team, will play their home games here at FirstEnergy Stadium.
And our 8th graders actually had the opportunity this year to come down and watch one of those games during the school year, and the Fightins are very welcoming of us throughout the school year for our education days, where we're able to bring students down to actually see a baseball game that they may not be able to otherwise see.
Carlos De La Cruz is batting for the Phils. The 2 balls and 2 strike count. He fouls one straight back. It's 2-2. Carlos De La Cruz grounded out to third base his first time up against 1-0 Fightins on top. An Oliver Dunn double followed by an Ethan Wilson single have the Phils with their run. They lead at 1-0, facing right-handed pitcher Christian Scott for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. And De La Cruz, another thrower down the third baseline. Jose Peroza tries to backhand it and cannot. De La Cruz will be safe. We'll see how they rule that. Tough play for Peroza on the backhand and the short hop. But De La Cruz is a runner at first base. They will give him a base hit. And Billy Joe, I have to ask you, because people listening can't see it, but I can. You got a J. Happ jersey on.
I absolutely do. Number 43, my basketball away number.
Aha.
I bid on a jersey at an auction back in the mid-thousands. And
it's going to say, because it's been a while since J. Happ was here.
I own 2 43s at J. Happ and a wall run from the winning picture from the World Series.
Nice. Good for you. There's a pitch to Matthew Kroon. He beats that one foul. So Carlos De La Cruz, a 1-out base runner, with Matthew Kroon at the plate, who struck out his first time up. So obviously you are a longtime Fightin' Phils fan.
I am a Fightin' Phils fan.
Without dating yourself in any way.
Back to the days when Howard played here, and we've seen the likes of Victorino and Chase Utley come through here. It's a great place to be able to see some of those players that you wouldn't get to see and just experience the great game of baseball here in Baseball Town.
Absolutely correct. Nothing like the true meaning of the stars of tomorrow. In some cases, the stars of today, because Johan Rojas obviously began this season here in Reading and is now part of the Philadelphia Phillies in their bid tonight, playing against the Pittsburgh Pirates. That game is just getting underway across the state of Pennsylvania. Matthew Kroon at the plate for the Fightins right now in a 1-ball-and-2-strike count. De La Cruz taking his lead off of first. Now takes a step a little bit closer back to the bag. And Scott delivers the 1-2 pitch that's low for a ball. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So you're obviously not too far away. I don't want to rush you back to school, but it's getting to be close to that time. How much preparation time are you putting in getting back as a teacher, getting ready to go back to school?
I actually work throughout the summer planning professional development, and I'm in 4 days a week. Our teachers come back on the 22nd, our students come back on the 28th, and we're all excited to have them back in school. And again, it's the real reason why we're there. We love education and we love our students, and that's why we're all here in Reading. However, we do have some vacancies, so if there's anyone out there who is a teacher and who is looking for a position, please go to our readingschooldistrict.org and click on join our team, and please put in an application. We are looking for talented individuals with a passion for education. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Matthew Kroon as he lifts this one foul down the first baseline. That's going to drift into the grandstand and become a souvenir for a lucky fan down the first baseline. I'm glad you said that, because it's really amazing to me. I have affinity to all the stuff that happens in the school districts, my role in doing broadcasting high school sports. But there's just a special quality about a unity that exists within the Reading School District. It is. It's one Reading, and it's every student every day, and that's why we're here. We're here for the students. We're not here for any other reason. But we are here because we love the students and we love education. This one popped up in the infield, drifting back as the second baseman Cesar Berbesi actually makes the catch into shallow right field. So that is 2 down now here in this second inning. So if there are people out there who are looking for a teaching job, it's not too late. It's not too late. Come join us in the Reading School District. We'd love to have you. We have openings across the district in all grade levels, and we're always looking for talented individuals. That'll bring up Oliver Dunn, who got the Phils started on their path to the lead here with a double off the Redners Event Center and right center field, and then came around to score. And Dunn swings and misses at the first pitch, quickly behind, no balls and a strike. With De La Cruz taking his lead off of first here in the bottom of the third. And Dunn slices this one down the third base line, and that will be foul and into the Rumble Pony bullpen. So as a middle school teacher, junior high school teacher, what kind of students are you? You were talking to me a little bit about the fact that you use the pitch clock and a clock as part of your day-to-day activity. I use the broadcasting clock back from when the National News Service first started in broadcast radio, and broadcasters needed to be aware to cut to breaks. So I've developed my lesson planning based off of that clock, and I use the 5-minute, 10-minute, 15 minutes, and it helps keep students on track. Well, thank you, and perfect timing because we're up against a commercial break. Thank you, Joe Grohl. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Congratulations on the win, and thanks for stopping by in the radio booth. We appreciate it very much, and good luck this year in the school year. Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you very much. We'll take a break as we come back for the 4th inning here in Baseball Town. It's still 1-0 Reading on top.
Nursing home neglect is a
Auto
serious
Group Deck
problem.
is a great spot
If you
for
or a
all
loved
fans
one
of
has
summer
suffered
picnic
from
and
bed
great
sores,
tailgate
obtained in a
atmosphere.
nursing
During your
home,
picnic,
or
you may
fall
even
down
catch a
in
souvenir,
nursing home, resulting
as the
in
area is
fracture.
situated
Our
directly
friends
in
at
home
Sports
run
Bulletin can
territory,
help.
behind
Call
the left field
attorneys
wall.
at Sports
Regular
Bulletin
season
for a
tickets
free
are just
consultation.
$32 per
Their
person
phone
for
number
groups
is
of 20 or more,
1-800-JUSTICE.
and children 4 and under are free. Visit
1-800-587-8423.
rfields.com/groups or call
Once again, call
610-370-BALL to
1-800-JUSTICE
reserve
today.
your group outing
Sports
today.
Bulletin is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet
The
all
Louisiana
your culinary
Swamplands.
needs?
Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need. So you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Looking for a
Call
fast and hassle-free way to
800-334-KIA
get your
for
snacks and
details. Always drive
non-perishable
safely.
groceries? Look no further than FirstEnergy. Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Fiser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best
Reading
farms
Fightin
and
Phils
suppliers,
are pleased to
ensuring
present
that
you
you
with
get
their
the best
classic game
ingredients for your
program,
restaurant
all
or
electronically.
organization.
This
From fresh
program
produce
has
to premium
information
meats,
on the coaching staff,
Fiser's supplies
player
everything
roster,
but
and
the
front
appetite.
office staff.
Visit
It also
Fiser's.com
includes
today to
feature
experience the
stories
difference
and
in
alumni
working with a
reports on
top-tier
all of
family-owned
your
food
favorite guys
distributor.
who spend time
Fiser's
in
your
baseball
partner
town.
for success in the kitchen.
Visit
Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to
ourphils.com/programs
get your snacks
to
and
check it out.
non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FisersDirect.com. With just a few.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium, where the Reading Fightin Phils are on top of the Binghamton Rumble Ponies by a score of 1-0. David Parkinson at work facing Wyatt Young, and he gets Wyatt Young to swing through and quickly ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As both teams and both pitchers working exceptionally quick so far through this first couple of innings, and Parkinson misses outside to Young. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter for the Ponies, who is 0 for 1 on the night. Wyatt Young just 1 for 14 in this series. He has scored 4 runs, doing his job and getting on base as that leadoff hitter. There he beats one foul off his foot and stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Young, born in Honolulu, and then went to college at Pepperdine. Drafted by the Mets in 2021 in the 15th round. He's 5'6" and 160 pounds. But he's got one thing on his belt for this season, and that is that he got an extra base hit against Ranger Suarez, making a rehab appearance here for the Reading Phils as part of his Philadelphia Phillies return. And Wyatt Young got a chance to bat against him and ripped one down the line and got extra base hits against Ranger Suarez. Actually took the loss in that appearance he had here in Reading. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Young fists this one down the third baseline, but it's foul. Pedro Martinez picks it up on a bounce in foul territory. Again, thanks to Billy Joe Grohol and the Ultimate Fan winner. And good luck to her and her endeavors in the Reading School District. And thanks to Reading Education Foundation for the things that they do. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Young, and Parkinson a little frustrated with himself as he bounced that pitch up there. And Wyatt Young becomes the first base runner of the night for the Ponies. He's a leadoff base runner here in the 4th. That'll bring up the designated hitter in Rowdy Jordan. Jordan 3 for 6 in this series, now 3 for 7 after striking out his first time up. Designated hitter tonight for the Ponies, hitting at .247 on the season. Does have 10 home runs, including 1 in this series, and 43 RBIs as well. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Parkinson working quickly, and the Ponies aggressively trying to attack Parkinson. And so we're crisply moving through this first portion of the game. Top half of the 4th inning. Runner on first and nobody out. And an 0-1 count to Rowdy Jordan. And he swings at the second one and fouls another one out of play. Fastball from Parkinson up and in on the fists of Rowdy Jordan. Lots of rumors going on that apparently the New York Mets, the mothership, if you will, on Star Wars night, are in the process of making a pretty big trade. Max Scherzer apparently going to the Texas Rangers. So that certainly impacts this Mets organization. And talking about some of the good young pitchers that we've seen in this series. One we saw the last time that Binghamton was here is Mike Vassell, who's now been promoted to AAA. So some of those young pitchers in the Mets organization might be getting a whole lot closer look now, with Max Scherzer apparently on the way out of town. 1 ball and 2 strikes now as Parkinson misses inside to Rowdy Jordan. Young takes his lead off of first. Pitch, curveball just misses. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Parkinson, born in Henrico, Virginia, played his college baseball at the University of Mississippi. Drafted by the Phils in 2017 in the 12th round. 2-2 pitch. Curveball again just misses. Parkinson with a long look in, thinking maybe that he had that over for a called strike. But instead, the count is now full to Jordan at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's a very frustrating season a year ago for David Parkinson, or 2 years ago to be more precise. And as the runner takes off, swing and a miss, and now the throw down is not in time. So it's a strikeout to Rowdy Jordan, and the throw down from Cody Roberts. Throw may have beat him, but it was on the opposite side of the bag, and until Oliver Dunn can get the tag back on the other side, Wyatt Young does get in there safely. So it'll be a stolen base for Young and a strikeout to Jordan. So that's now 1 out here in the 4th. It's also the 4th strikeout for David Parkinson. As JT Schwartz now will bat. Schwartz took one deep to center field, and Madison Stokes made a leaping catch up against the Redner's Event Center to take extra base hits away from JT Schwartz to end the 1st inning. Wyatt Young now at second base after his 15th stolen base of the season. Now 15 stolen bases in 17 attempts. 1-0 pitch now coming to JT Schwartz, and he drives another one, this time to left center field. And he'll give away to Ethan Wilson. Ethan Wilson calling off Madison Stokes, and he'll make the catch about ankle high. In a little conversation and kidding between Stokes and Wilson. I think Stokes called it initially, but Ethan Wilson called him off and made the catch. And that's all that matters, and that's 2 down as Jose Peroza now will bat. Wyatt Young still stays put at second base. Peroza grounded out to Jalen Ortiz at first base his first time up. This one hit hard in the hole. Casey Martin, the shortstop, backhands it. Long throw. Dug out nicely by Jalen Ortiz, and that will do it. A fine play on both ends on the backhanded stop by Casey Martin and the scoop at first base by Jalen Ortiz. And the Ponies are retired in the 4th. No runs, no hits. 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It remains Reading 1, Binghamton nothing.
Auto Group deck is
the
a great
Louisiana
spot for all fans
Swamplands.
of summer
Out
picnic,
here, you're
great
either
tailgate
lunch
atmosphere.
or you're enjoying
During your picnic,
it. Make sure you end up on
serve
top
there.
with the
As
all-powerful
the area
lineup of
situated
Kia
directly in
SUVs,
home
like the
run
Telluride,
territory,
Sportage, and
behind the left
Sorento,
field wall.
equipped with
Regular
available
season
all-wheel
tickets are
drive,
$32
higher
per
ground
person
clearance,
for groups
and the
of 20 or
interior
more.
capacity to
And
bring
children
everything you
400 are
need.
free.
So you'll always
Visit
remain more than a Gators length
allfields.com/groups or
ahead.
call
Visit your local Kia dealer today to
610-370
find your
Ball
next
to reserve
adventure
your
in our
group outing
ever-capable
today.
lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive
The Louisiana
safely.
Swamplands. Out here,
When
you're
the Reading
either
Fightin'
lunch
Phils get
or
hungry,
you're
we turn
enjoying
to our
it.
team
Make sure
free
you end
partners.
up on top with
Special
the
thanks
all-powerful
to
lineup
Chick-fil-A,
of Kia SUVs,
Como
like the
USA,
Telluride, Sportage, and
Railroad
Sorento,
House,
equipped with
Restaurant
available
Bakery,
all-wheel drive,
Jersey Mike's
higher ground
Subs,
clearance,
Mimo's
and the
Italian
interior
Restaurant and
capacity to
Bakery,
bring everything
Subway,
you need.
and
So you'll
Ponies
always
for
remain
making
more than a
sure the
Gators
Fightin'
length
Phils front
ahead.
office
Visit your local
never
Kia dealer
hungry on
today to
game
find
day.
your next
Our
adventure
staff
in our
enjoys
ever-capable
delicious
lineup
meals
of
from our team
SUVs.
free
Kia,
partners.
movement that
Take our word
inspires.
for it.
Call
Find out for
800-333-4KIA
yourself
for details.
today.
Always drive safely.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feasers Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feasers supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your
Bottom half of the 4th inning, Jalen Ortiz leads off, and another big swing by the big right-hander comes up empty. Ortiz, a strikeout victim his first time up. 1-0 Fightin's on top as they bat here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Facing right-handed pitcher Christian Scott, another big swing, no contact for Ortiz. Quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Scott, born in Florida, as I said before, played his college baseball at the University of Florida. Fastball 92 to 95, excellent slider, and working on a changeup as well. No balls and 2 strikes to Ortiz, misses outside with that fastball. That fastball at 96, that's kind of on the high end of the scale, if you will, for Scott in terms of velocity. Not an overpowering pitcher, but excellent control. When you look at the numbers, that bears it out. as Ortiz stays alive this time and fouls it out of play. Coming into tonight's game, 46 strikeouts and just 7 walks for Scott in his 8 starts so far in Binghamton. And then add in the 27 strikeouts and only 4 walks in 6 starts in Brooklyn where he began the season. This one is outside. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 4 strikeouts so far for Scott and has not surrendered a walk. Phils with 1 run on 4 hits to this point. 2-2 now to Ortiz. It's way up high, and it's 3-2. Ortiz has shown a very good eye in his time here in Reading in 2023. He's been a patient hitter. But the results have not been what he and the Phils were hoping for. As he lines this one right at the shortstop. Short hopped it by Wyatt Young, and he will not be able to hold on to it. Kind of an in-between hop for Young. Does he catch it in the air, or does he catch it off the ground? And he ultimately didn't catch it either way. And we'll see how they rule that one. Hot off the bat from Jalen Ortiz. And he is on board as a leadoff base runner here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Ethan Wilson, who drove in the Phils' first run. And we'll rule that an error on Wyatt Young. And Wilson with the RBI single his first time up. Swings at the first pitch and lifts it straight up in the air in the infield. Perosa, the third baseman, gives way to Schwartz, the first baseman, who makes the catch behind the pitcher's mound for out number 1. Good communication between the 2 infielders on the corners. Perosa at third and Schwartz at first, and ultimately Schwartz squeezes it for out number 1. 4th inning presented to you by Swartz Culleton PC. If you've been injured at work, call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton. Call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Casey Martin stands in. Martin flew out to center field his first time up. As Jalen Ortiz takes his lead off of first. With 1 out here in the 4th. Again, Fightin's 1, Ponies nothing. If you're tuning in or watching in on MILB TV. If you're noticing the Phils look like they're wearing a little bit of a different jersey, well, it's because they are. Tribute to Star Wars night tonight. Lots of Star Wars characters in on hand. And the Fightin's wearing special Star Wars jerseys as Casey Martin lifts one into right field. Augusta Ruiz will drift a little bit to his left and make the catch without a problem for out number 2. And Jalen Ortiz has to head back to first base. Those jerseys are available for auction. You can go online to our Phil's website, Fightins.com, and find out information on how you can bid for those jerseys. As Cody Roberts stands in. Roberts with a base hit his first time up. He's now 2 out of 3 in this series. Ortiz, the runner at first base, now in 2 down here in the 4th. First switch swinging. Cody Roberts way out in front. And that's the slider from Scott that Roberts misses. Waves over the top of. A 1 pitch, and Roberts fouls it out of play. So Cody Roberts quickly in a no balls and 2 strikes hole. Phils and Ponies will finish off this series tomorrow afternoon. 5:15 is first pitch. All kids receive an Aaron Nola bobblehead tomorrow. The Phils will be the Reading Hot Dogs tomorrow. Family fun day presented by Burke's Packing as Cody Roberts comes up empty. And that will be the 5th strikeout of the night for Christian Scott. The 3rd out for the Phils here in the 4th. They leave 1 man on board by way of an error, and that'll do it through 4. It remains Reading 1, Binghamton nothing. Back to FirstEnergy Stadium with more on the Reading Fight Phils Radio Network after this.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season.
During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir.
Fiesta Fridays,
As the area is situated directly in home-run territory,
High Noon
behind the left field wall.
Catay Law
Regular
Offices,
season tickets are just
Suburban
$32 per
Company,
person for groups of
Arrows
20 or
Cards
more,
and Collectibles,
and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms Hispanic and Latino food
The
and
Louisiana
music,
Swamplands.
and other
Out here, you're
elements
either
throughout
lunch
the ballpark.
or you're enjoying it.
Get your tickets
Make sure
now
you end up on
at
top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs,
online
like the
at
Telluride, Sportage, and
allfills.com or
Sorrento,
at
equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Join us for 11
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier family-owned food distributor. Feaser's your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than
Augustin Ruiz will lead it off for the Rumble Ponies here in the top half of the 5th inning. Ruiz, a strikeout victim, his first time up as Parkinson got him with a bunch of curveballs and starts him with another curveball. Ruiz all over this one, but he ropes it foul and out of play, a little bit out in front of it. Ruiz at 198 on the season, now 3 for 13 in this series. Augustin Ruiz originally signed by the San Diego Padres as a free agent. He was born in Mexico, signed back in 2016 with the Padres. Mets claimed him off of waivers over the course of this winter. 1 ball and 1 strike to the left-hander. And Parkinson gets the outside corner with a fastball, and it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last year, Ruiz played for San Diego at both Fort Worth in High A and at San Antonio in Double A. And he fouls this one at the plate. Hit a combined 10 home runs in those 2 stops with the Padres organization. He's hit 10 home runs already in this season in Binghamton. 46 RBIs. 12 home runs so far in the season, including 1 in this series. As this one's just inside, as Parkinson again comes back to that curveball that Ruiz takes inside. 12 home runs and 41 RBIs on the season so far for Augustin Ruiz. 2-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Ruiz to be followed by Hayden Senger and Joe Swazi in the Rumble Pony lineup here in this top half of the 5th inning. Defense plays the lefty straight away. 2-2 pitch, another curveball right at Jalen Ortiz, who will field it on 2 hops and make the play all by his lonesome at first base for out number 1. David Parkinson remains in control in this baseball game without a doubt. Very economic total of pitches of 55 so far, with 1 out here in the 5th, and Hayden Senger will step to the plate. Senger flew out to center field his first time up. And he swings at the first pitch and beats it foul. Parkinson back with his 1-1 pitch, and that's a bit high. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike. This one lined into center field. Stokes charging quickly and will not get there. And that will be the first hit of the ball game. Stokes charged it as hard as he could, but Madison just could not quite get there. And that will break up the no-hitter for David Parkinson. We did our best. We kept our mouths quiet for as long as we could. And some murmuring across the crowd here at FirstEnergy Stadium as they too realize that's the first hit of the night for the Rumble Ponies. But with 1 out here in the 5th, Hayden Senger gets the first hit of the game for Binghamton. That'll bring up Joe Swazi. Swazi with just 1 hit in this series, but it was a good one. It was a solo home run 2 nights ago in the game against Mick Abel. Drove that one out to right field, helping Binghamton to win that ball game. Actually, excuse me, that was last night against Griff McGarry that Swazi hit the home run to right center field. He also has walked 5 times in this series. He's 1 for 10, but he's been on base a bunch. As this one's up high, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Swazi. Sanger the runner at first. 1 down. Top half of the 5th inning. A 1-0 lead for the Fightins. Swazi fouls this one out of play. Parkinson has consistently worked ahead. Walked 1. Now giving up 1 hit. 4 strikeouts along the way. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Swazi. Tries to get the curveball over the plate, but he got it a little bit too low, and it's 1-2. Swazi, a New York native, played his college baseball at Boston College. Fouls this one straight back off the backstop. Remains 1-2 to the 25-year-old. Swazi's played first base, left field. He's also been the designated hitter for the Rumble Ponies. Hitting at 247 coming into tonight's game. Strikeout victim his first time up, and he's in a 1 ball and 2 strike hole here. Now he's going to call timeout. Again, Parkinson working exceptionally quick. And he seems to be very much locked in here into the 5th inning. And that one's just a bit low, and now it's 2-2 to Swazi. Swazi began the season in High A Brooklyn and called up to Binghamton on May the 24th. 2-2 pitch to him. Towards short, Casey Martin backhands, flip the second for 1. The relay is in time. So the first hit of the ball game happens for the Ponies, but it's wiped out on the double play. 6-4-3 ends the 5th for the Rumble Ponies. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and none left. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Phils still on top of the Ponies, 1-0.
For top flight local jobs,
Santa Ana Group Deck is a great spot for all fans of a summer picnic and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in home run territory, behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Food distributors.
For
over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feasers supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and
Back for the bottom half of the 5th inning here in Baseball Town. And it will be Pedro Martinez who leads it off for the Fightins. Pedro grounded out to first his first time up. 1-0 Fightins on top. No runs on a hit for Binghamton. And they've committed an error for the Phils. 1 run on 4 hits. They have not committed any errors at this point in time in the ballgame. 1-0 Reading on top. Pedro Martinez facing Christian Scott. And Scott's first pitch is up high for a ball. And Martinez swings at the second. Fly ball into shallow left field. Joe Swazi battles a little bit of a breeze blowing to his left, and he makes the catch for out number 1 here in the 5th. That'll bring up the top of the order in Madison Stokes. Madison 0 for 2 so far on the night. Got a chance to spend some time last night with the Columbia, South Carolina native Madison Stokes, and a great interview. Colleague Jake Starr will have that one up on our social media platforms next week while the team is on the road trip to Hartford. Great conversation with Madison about his role with this Phillies team here in 2023 as he tried to check his swing there, but actually went around and he falls behind Scott. No balls in a strike. Stokes has played every position as a Reading Phil between last year and this year, but pitcher and catcher. And he beats this one off his foot and foul. It's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. I asked him, so have you been tempted to put the gear on? He said, I've been asking. He actually wants the opportunity now to catch and add that to his repertoire. Asked him, if you were making up the lineup, where would you put your name? Madison Stokes, where are you playing? He said, I'd probably put myself in a 2-hole. There's something about batting in a 2-hole I like. He's done a pretty good job as leadoff man, and he gets Bean here. Up and in, and it got him. Let's see make sure that Madison Stokes okay. It appears like he's fine. It looked like it got him in the helmet. Al Padrique, manager for the Fightin Phils, out to check on his tonight's center fielder. Steve Torregrossa, the athletic trainer, also out to check on Madison Stokes. And so he is going to be a 1-out base runner, but they're going to make sure he's okay. Madison Stokes doesn't want to come out. I can guarantee you that. The question is whether he's okay and can stay in the ballgame. And when you get hit in the head, there is no sugarcoating it. They're going to make sure he's all right. They're going to just talk to him a little bit. Steve Torregrossa is going to talk to him a little bit, and they're going to take him out. Again, it's just not something that you're going to mess around with in today's game and in today's world. Head injuries just doesn't happen. Happened earlier to Max McDowell in this season where he got hit in the head, ended up going on the disabled list for a 7-day stint on the IL as a result of his beating earlier this season. So Al Padrique will send in someone to run and stay in the game for Madison Stokes, and it's going to be Barron Radcliffe. So Radcliffe now will come in for Stokes and pinch run and stay in the game. And we'll see how the Phils adjust things. They'll probably put Radcliffe in right and then move Carlos De La Cruz to center. So Madison Stokes is hit by a pitch here with 1 out in the 5th. So Barron Radcliffe comes on. Ironically enough, Barron had been coaching at first base along with Cam Cannon. So Cannon now will come over and coach first, and Radcliffe is now the runner at first. As Carlos De La Cruz will bat. Christian Scott continues his warm-up pitches. Scott, 24-year-old right-hander, will now pitch from the stretch to De La Cruz, who's 1 for 2 on the night. Carlos with hit number 107 on the season. His last time up. First pitch to him, drives this one down the first base line. JT Schwartz will give it chase. He'll run out of room. Couple of interesting nuggets in terms of on this date in Philadelphia Phillies history. Back in 1989, the Phillies retired the number 32, worn by none other than Steve Lefty Carlton. On this night back in 1989. That one of the highlights of this date in Phillies history. I'll give you the low light in a moment. The pitch to De La Cruz, it's up high. The low light coming back in 1961, for those of you who may remember that far back in Phillies history. Not something to be talked about on a regular basis. 1 ball, 1 strike to De La Cruz with Radcliffe the runner at first. Swing and a miss. De La Cruz falls behind 1 and 2. On this date in 1961, the Philadelphia Phillies lost to the San Francisco Giants by a score of 4-3. They continued to then lose the next 23 in a row. From July the 29th to August the 20th, the Phillies lost 23 in a row, a franchise record. As De La Cruz hits it hard to third, Perosa flips to second for 1. The relay is in time, and Carlos De La Cruz grounds into a 5-4-3 double play. And that will do it for the Phils in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and ultimately none left on base. 5 complete in baseball town. It remains Reading 1, Binghamton nothing.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phillies fans
the Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
And don't forget to sit
back,
back,
looking for
relax,
a reliable
and
food
enjoy the
distributor
show
to meet all your culinary needs?
Roofing
Look no
stage at
further than our
America's
trusted
Classic
team
Ballpark.
at Feasers Food Distributors. For
To
over
enjoy a
120
perfectly
years, our products have
crafted
been sourced from the best
1893
farms
from
and
the makers of
suppliers,
Pepsi
ensuring that
Cola,
you get
you
the
must
best
first
food for your
appreciate its
restaurant
carefully
or
selected
organization.
ingredients.
From fresh
A
produce to
dash
premium
of cola
meats,
nut extract,
Feasers
a
supplies
hint
everything
of real
from the
sugar,
appetite.
a
Visit
splash of
Feasers.com today to
sparkling
experience the
water,
difference
and a
working with
generous
a
amount of
top-tier
attractive
family-owned food distributor.
spokesperson. Trust me,
Feasers,
I'm
your partner for
gorgeous.
success in the kitchen. Looking for a
Cheers
fast and
to
hassle-free way to get your
1893
snacks and
boldly
non-perishable
blended
groceries?
cola,
Look no further
a
than
delicious balancing act of
FeasersDirect.com.
premium ingredients
Just a few
from the
clicks,
makers of
discover the
Pepsi
convenience of
Cola.
having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Back at FirstEnergy Stadium, and again, first pitch swinging are the Binghamton Rumble Ponies facing David Parkinson, and that quickly retired on a ground ball in the infield. So one down here as Jalen Palmer is retired, leading off the sixth inning. Cesar Berbesi now will bat for the Rumble Ponies. He grounded out his first time up. And Parkinson bounces that pitch up there for ball one. Parkinson has surrendered a walk. One walk, that is, in the fourth, and one hit, and that one in the fifth, and that was wiped out by a double play. So minimum number of batters faced so far for David Parkinson through 5 innings. And now 5 and a third as he misses on the first, but gets the curveball over for strike one to the 9-hole hitter Berbesi. Comes right back with another curveball that Berbesi swings and misses. And so now it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cesar Berbesi. Berbesi playing just his 4th game since being called up from Brooklyn. 5'9", 160-pound shortstop. Signed as an international free agent by the Mets in 2018. 1-2 pitch. Checks his swing, but it's over for a called strike 3. That is 2 outs here in the second. And the 5th strikeout recorded by David Parkinson. And we'll flip the order around to the top of the order and Wyatt Young. First pitch to Young is outside for a ball. Young 0 for 1 on the night. He's the one who drew the walk his last time up. This one on the outside corner is over for a called strike to the left-handed hitter. One and one to Wyatt Young as he lines this one or lifts this one into left field. Ethan Wilson will drift back a little bit and he'll make the catch. And that quickly, a 1-2-3 inning once more for the Rumble Ponies. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we'll head to the bottom of the 6th. When we come back to Baseball Town, it remains Binghamton 1, Reading nothing.
A lot of group fun is a great spot for all fans who summer health and great tailgate atmosphere. Together, we are sharing a picnic you may even raise community awareness as the area is situated directly in home run territory behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person per group of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Help this year. Visit rfields.com/awareness or call 610-770-BALL to reserve your community outing today. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further. Trusted team at Feasers Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and
looking
suppliers.
For the place to have the ultimate family fun at the
Fightin
Phillies game? Look no
From
further
fresh
than
produce
Capital
to premium
Blue Cross
meats,
Funland.
Feasers supplies
Capital Blue
everything.
Cross Funland
The
features
appetite.
the most exciting
Visit
games and
Feasers.com
entertainment
today
at
to
the
experience the
ballpark,
difference in
including
working with a
speed
top-tier
pitch,
family-owned
mini
food
golf,
distributor.
ring toss, and
Feasers, your
peach
partner
basket
for success
toss.
in the kitchen.
Mascot
Looking for a
autograph
fast
booth,
and hassle-free
a
way to
bounce
get your
house,
snacks and
and
non-perishable
the
groceries?
incredible giant
Look no further than
inflatable slide.
FeasersDirect.com.
Bring your family
Just
to all the
a few
fun at
clicks,
their next
discover
Our
the
Phil's
convenience
game
of
at
having
Capital
your
Blue
culinary
Cross
essentials
Funland.
ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Matthew Kroon will lead it off for the Phils here in the bottom half of the sixth inning, presented to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. Matthew Kroon 0 for 2 so far on the night with a strikeout and an infield pop-up. This one drifting down the right field line and slicing foul, and Kroon quickly behind Christian Scott, no balls and 2 strikes. Good pitchers duel going on right now between Christian Scott, the 24-year-old right-hander for Binghamton, and David Parkinson, the 27-year-old left-hander. Parkinson with 73 pitches now through 6 innings, and the bullpen is quiet down the right field line as Matthew Kroon tries to hold up his swing and cannot. So that will be a strikeout for Christian Scott, his 6th of the night, and 1 out here in the 6th inning. I'll bring up Oliver Dunn, who scored the Phils run with a leadoff double in the second, came around to score on a base hit from Ethan Wilson. That's the offense so far. No runs on a hit for Binghamton, 1 run on 4 hits for the Fightins. First pitch to Oliver Dunn, inside for a ball. Oliver struck out in his other plate appearance. One-0 pitch. Again misses, and it's 2-0. Scott with a long look in, thinking maybe that he thought that was strike 1. But instead it's 2 balls and no strikes to Oliver Dunn. That last top half of the 6th inning went so fast, never did get a chance to tell you that it was indeed Baron Ratcliffe staying in right field and Carlos De La Cruz going to center. That was a defensive change for the Phils after Madison Stokes left the game after being hit by the pitch. So that's the defensive change as 2-0 pitch from Christian Scott is over on the inside corner to Dunn. It's 2-1 now to Oliver Dunn, leading with 1 out here, in the 6th. Tries to check his swing there, but swung all the way around, and it was over anyhow. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Christian Scott. Misses inside, and now Dunn has worked the count full. Jalen Ortiz in the on-deck circle for the Fightins. Scott with a long look in. 3-2 pitch. Dunn drives this one into right field. Augustin Ruiz goes back to the warning track and will make the catch with a couple of feet left to go before he was up against the wall. Dunn hit it a long way with some breeze behind him. Not quite enough to get it out of here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And that's 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. I mentioned the last time the Phils were up that 23-game losing streak that the Philadelphia Phillies dealt the fan base back in 1961. Imagine what life would be like in today's world of social media and instant fandom and instant crazydom on a regular basis over the course of a 23-game losing streak that the Phillies suffered through back in 1961. 1 ball and no strikes to Jalen Ortiz. Strikeout and safe on an error in his 2 plate appearances. This one's over for a called strike 1. Gene Mauch, the manager of that 1961 Phillies team. And not a guy who took losing very well. Can't imagine what life was like on the bus rides or plane trips or train rides back in 1961 with Gene Mauch through a 23-game losing streak. Again, began on this date in 1961 and lasted all the way through August the 20th. So the anniversary of the first loss in a 23-game losing streak, a franchise record for the Philadelphia Phillies. Today's Philadelphia Phillies just went ahead of the Pirates 3-1 on a Brandon Marsh extra base hit. 1-0 here in Reading, 2 outs. Jalen Ortiz, big swing, no contact, and another strikeout for Scott. 2 of them in this inning, 7 of them on the night, and the Phils go 1-2-3 in their half of the 6th. Moving crisply in baseball town back with the 7th inning after this. It remains Reading 1, Binghamton 0.
Are you looking for a
Auto Group Deck is a great spot for all fans of a summer picnic and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir. As the area is situated directly in home-run territory, behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Food distributor, Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorrento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details.
Tompkins has always
safely.
been there for us. We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
All your culinary
Tompkins,
needs. Look
banking,
no further than
insurance,
our trusted team
wealth.
at Feasers
Member
Food
FDIC,
Distributors.
equal housing
For over
lender. Investment
120
insurance
years, our
products are not
products have been
FDIC
sourced from the
insured,
best
not
farms
guaranteed,
and
may lose
suppliers, ensuring that
Be
you
the
get
first
the
to know
best
everything
for
about
your
your
restaurant
red and
or
white Phils
organization.
by signing up
From
for
fresh
the Baseball
produce to
Town
premium meats,
Insider email
Feasers
newsletter.
supplies everything.
Once you become a
The
Baseball
appetite.
Town Insider,
Visit
you will receive
Feasers.com
breaking
today
news
to
about
experience the
sites,
difference in
promotions,
working with a
including
top-tier
giveaways,
family-owned
guest
food
appearances,
distributor.
special events,
Feasers, your partner
exclusive
for
offers,
success in the
and
kitchen.
discounts on
Looking for a
tickets
fast and
merchandise.
hassle-free way to get your
Just
snacks
for
and
being a
non-perishable
Baseball
groceries?
Town Insider.
Look no further
Visit
than
Fightin.com, sign up for
FeasersDirect.com.
this free
Just
email
a few
newsletter.
clicks, discover the
Baseball
convenience of
Town
having
Insider.
your culinary
Stay in
essentials
the loop
ready
and
for a
become a
pickup
member
at our
today.
headquarters in Harrisburg.
We head to the 7th inning here in Baseball Town. 1-0 Fightin's on top of the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Rowdy Jordan leads it off. David Parkinson back out there for the 7th. And first pitch swinging at Rowdy Jordan. Drives this one into left field and one hops it off the fence. Ethan Wilson will track it down, and Rowdy Jordan has himself a lead-off double. Pitch number 74 on the night for David Parkinson. And a leadoff double for Jordan, his 17th double of the season. 4th hit of this series for Rowdy Jordan. That'll bring up the 3-hole hitter in J.T. Schwartz. Schwartz playing in just his 2nd game of this series. In the first game, he did some damage, 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. A couple of flyouts so far in this one, including one all the way to the wall in right center field his first time up. Off the left-hander Parkinson, left-hander Schwartz takes one up and in for ball 1. Phils now will get a little bit of stirring in the bullpen after that leadoff double from Rowdy Jordan. Binghamton also getting some activity in their bullpen as we roll now into the 7th inning. Schwartz rolls this one foul past Mariano Duncan, who just kind of gives it a look, doesn't bother to give it a reach, and lets someone else pick it up. And someone for the Phils bullpen will indeed pick it up. Mariano Duncan, the second baseman for that 1993 National League Championship team. The bandit throwbacks, as the legend Harry Callis called them. This pitch a bit outside, and it's now 2 balls and a strike to J.T. Schwartz. Rowdy Jordan, the tying run at second base for the Ponies if they can figure out a way to get him around with no outs here in the 7th. 2 balls and 1 strike to J.T. Schwartz. Schwartz fouls this one out of play. Mentioned that Schwartz missed some time, bothered by a hamstring injury. Last year played a full season at High A Brooklyn. Hit .273 with 6 home runs and 49 RBIs. Limited duty so far this year, .250, 6 doubles, 2 home runs. 23 RBIs with his time with the Rumble Ponies. He's been limited. This is his 29th game in total because of the injury issue. This one rolled again, foul off the facing of the Savage 61 dugout sweep. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schwartz with Jose Peroza in the on-deck circle for Binghamton. Mega Blast fireworks on tap tonight after this one is complete. This pitch just a bit outside, and again, Parkinson rolls a 3-2 count. He's had a number of them tonight, but again, only has surrendered the 1 walk. As JT Schwartz settles back in with a 3-2 count. And that's over for a called strike 3. Schwartz had tossed the bat aside, but home plate umpire Ethan Gorsak said, well, you can go over there and pick it up because that's strike 3, and that's 1 out, and a big strikeout there for Parkinson. That's strikeout number 6 for the left-hander. And 1 out here in the 7th, and that'll bring up Jose Peroza, who's grounded out twice so far in this ballgame. Once to first, once to short. First pitch to him is outside for a ball. Big swing, no contact at the high fastball, and Peroza has the count now even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Reminder, the Phillies and the Ponies will finish up the series tomorrow. Tickets still available for tomorrow afternoon's 5:15 first pitch. And the finale of this 6-game series is Parkinson will just take a look back to make sure Rowdy Jordan doesn't get too far off of second base. Phillies will then go on the road for a couple of weeks before returning back here to FirstEnergy Stadium on Tuesday, August the 15th. This one ripped into the gap into left center field. Jordan off on the swing, and he will roll home as Jose Peroza is around second, and now we'll lock it up with an RBI double, and we're tied at 1 apiece. 47th RBI of the season for Jose Peroza. Comes on his 21st double of the season. We are now tied at 1-1. So I'll bring up Agustin Ruiz. Another lefty for the Rumble Ponies. As Peroza takes his lead off of second base. Looks like it's Tommy McCullum warming up in the Phil's bullpen. Curveball and a good one from Parkinson. As Ruiz sold out thinking he's going to get a first pitch fastball, was way out in front of the curveball. Oh, 1 pitch, another curveball. This one ripped down the first base line and foul. Just foul. Ortiz leaped for it, was over his head, and fortunately for the Fightins, it hooked just foul and into the Phil's bullpen. Foul by inches. If it's a fair ball, Peroza's going to score easily, and the Ponies have the lead, but instead it is no balls and 2 strikes to Agustin Ruiz. Wind really picking up here at FirstEnergy Stadium as Ruiz pops this one up in first in foul territory, now back into fair territory. Pedro Martinez at third base will make the catch. Big smile on his face. Just got done saying that the wind really picked up and blowing dead straight out to right field, even with more force now. And that pop-up personified that. Pedro Martinez started about 5 feet in foul territory and ended up in about 5 feet of fair territory. And now it looks like manager Al Padrique is headed to the mound, and he has made the call to the bullpen. So we'll have our Alvernia University Golden Wolves call the bullpen when we come back to FirstEnergy Stadium right now in a tie, 1-1.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sunsets, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Arrows Cards and Collectibles, Remain Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, 8-Fish Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food
the
and
Louisiana
music,
Swamplands.
and other cultural
Out here, you're
elements
either
throughout
lunch
the ballpark.
or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need. So you'll always remain more than a Gators length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog.
Always drive safely.
Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Our trusted team at Feasers Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients.
The new pitcher for the Fightins is right-hander Tommy McCullum. Made his debut a couple nights ago here in Reading after the call-up from Jersey Shore. Pitched in Game 3 of this series and pitched a clean 7th inning. No hits, no runs, and a strikeout in his first and only appearance in the Reading Fightin' Phillies uniform after a solid first half of this season at Jersey Shore. He pitched 34 games for the Blue Claws. No wins, no losses, a 2.31 earned run average, had 7 saves and 8 opportunities for Jersey Shore. 35 innings, gave up just 17 hits, 56 strikeouts, and 23 walks. He enters this game in a situation with a man on second base and 2 outs and facing Hayden Sanger. So Al Padrique, the manager for the Phils, making the move to bring in a right-hander in McCullum to face the right-handed hitting Hayden Sanger with 2 outs. Tie ball game at 1 apiece. 1-0 to Sanger is outside for a ball. It's 2-0. McCullum a fastball, 95 plus, 94 to 97 consistently, but a really good slider and also has a splitter. 2-0 the count. Pitch is lifted into shallow center field. Oliver Dunn, the second baseman, back, calls for it, squeezes it, makes the catch. And that quickly, Tommy McCullum comes in, gets an infield pop-up, and that'll do it for the Ponies in the 7th. But they do get a run. They do it on a couple of hits, and they leave one. 7th inning stretch. When we come back to Baseball Town, it's now Binghamton 1, Reading 1.
Nursing home neglect is a
Santa Ana
serious
Group Deck is a great spot for all fans of a summer picnic and great tailgate atmosphere. During your picnic, you may even catch a souvenir, as the area is situated directly in home-run territory, behind the left field wall. Regular season tickets are just $32 per person for groups of 20 or more, and children 4 and under are free. Visit rfields.com/groups or call 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
Is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phillies.
International Fireworks is the official fireworks provider.
The Louisiana
of the
Swamplands.
Phillies.
Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need. So you'll always remain more than a Gators length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs?
Where the
Look no
baseball
further
world
than our trusted
revolves
team
around a
at
village
Feasers
in
Food
upstate
Distributors.
New York.
For over
Baseball
120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feasers supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
So a brand new ball game as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Bob McCool with you tonight from FirstEnergy Stadium. The Binghamton Rumble Ponies won. The Reading Phils won. Ethan Wilson will lead it off, and Auburn University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Ethan Wilson will deliver the first pitch, but he hooks it foul as Dylan DeBrock comes in out of the Binghamton bullpen. And Ethan Wilson swinging at the first pitch, hooked it just foul as it reached the seats in the Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Pavilion, but just foul. And Ethan Wilson will take the long, slow walk back to the batter's box. Ethan with a single and an RBI his first time up and an infield pop-up in his second at bat. Wilson was a couple of feet shy of his second home run in as many nights, now with 14 home runs after his solo home run last night. 45 RBIs after his RBI in the second inning. As the Andalusia, Alabama native stands in, facing Dylan DeBrock and swings at the second pitch. Lifts this one to left field. Going to be a long run for Joe Swazi. He dives. Did he get there? He did. A tremendous diving catch by Joe Swazi with full extension. He made a long, and I mean a long run to go get that, and went as far as he could with a stretched out glove to make the catch and take extra base hits away from Ethan Wilson. So Wilson with a bomb one line and then a little cue shot to the other line, and Swazi had to make a long run to get there, and he catches it for out number 1 here in the 7th. So both teams flash a little leather in this game tonight as Casey Martin stands in. Martin with a couple of flyouts so far in this one. First pitch from DeBrock is over for a called strike. Second one is a swing and a miss. And he's quickly ahead of Casey Martin. No balls and 2 strikes. DeBrock making his second appearance in this series. And he quickly makes work of Casey Martin on 3 straight pitches. That's 2 outs here in the 7th. And I'll bring up Cody Roberts. Roberts 1 for 2 on the night, with a single in the second and struck out in the 4th. DeBrock called up from Brooklyn to the Rumble Ponies on July the 14th. Made 14 appearances with the Cyclones. 2.08 earned run average, 40 strikeouts in 26 innings to go along with 10 walks. And he quickly gets ahead of Cody Roberts with a called strike and misses outside to make it a 1-1 strike count. This is the 4th appearance for DeBrock since his call up from Brooklyn. And he misses outside. Now it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Total of 4 innings pitched at Double-A. DeBrock with 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. 2 balls and a strike now to Cody Roberts. This one's now low and inside, and it's 3-1. DeBrock pitched in game 1 of this series, which was the postponed game. Started on Tuesday and finished as the first game of a doubleheader as Cody Roberts takes one low for a ball. He's a base runner. DeBrock pitched 1 inning in that game, gave up 2 hits, a run, a walk, and 2 strikeouts, but ultimately ended up getting the win out of that one. As that will walk by Cody Roberts with 2 outs, will bring Pedro Martinez to the plate. First walk surrendered for the night for Binghamton pitching after the fine performance from Christian Scott. First pitch to Pedro Martinez is outside for a ball. He's over in the outside corner, for a strike. Scott 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, an earned run. No walks and 7 strikeouts. He did hit a batter. Neither of the starters will factor in the decision in this one, in a 1-1 tie. Martinez started and stopped. The pitch is inside for a ball. Cody Roberts started and stopped as well at first base. So David Parkinson's line, 6 2/3 innings, just 3 hits. Gave up the 1 run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Outstanding effort tonight by the lefty. But again, he will not factor in the decision. So this one's in the hands of the bullpen. Martinez, 1 hopper. JT Schwartz at first will field it and race to the bag by his lonesome for the 3rd and final out for the Phils here in the 7th. For Reading, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left, 7 complete, baseball town. Binghamton 1, Reading 1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that'll bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your visit today at baseballhall.org.
The Reading Fightin' Phils birthday package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you're a youngster or an adult, there's no better birthday.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium. You have Vernon University Golden Wolves call. The bullpen will bring in McKinley Moore, making his 2023 Reading Fightin' Phils debut as Binghamton comes to the plate here in the top half of the 8th inning. McKinley Moore just activated off the IL. And first pitch to Joe Swazi, leading off here in the 8th inning, is over for a called strike. One run on 3 hits for Binghamton, 1 run on 4 for the Fightins. As Swazi fouls off, pitch down the first baseline into the right first base grandstand for strike 2. Moore, the 6'6", 225-pound right-hander, comes with a fastball at 99 on the radar gun here at FirstEnergy. Outside for a ball. It's 1-2 now to Swazi. Moore, 24 years of age, ranked as the number 20 prospect in the Phillies organization. Now Swazi's going to call time. McKinley Moore began the season at Lehigh Valley, was promoted to Philadelphia at the beginning of the season in April, pitched 3 games in for the Phillies, 3 1/3 innings. And was on the disabled list on April the 16th. There's a swing and a miss, and McKinley Moore makes quick work of Joe Swazi on 4 pitches. And again, 99 on the radar gun from McKinley Moore, 1 down here in the 8th. McKinley Moore pitched in 11 games for the Iron Pigs, 12 innings, 20 strikeouts, 17 walks. Pitched here in Reading a season ago in 39 games for the Fightins. And this one fouled away by Jalen Palmer and out of play. Last year in Reading, McKinley Moore was 4-5 with a 4.35 earned run average. 49 innings, 49 2/3 innings. He struck out 71 and walked 26. He's quickly ahead of Jalen Palmer, no balls in a strike. Palmer 0 for 2 on the night. And this pitch is low for a ball. Big-time fastball from McKinley Moore. We've seen it already, hitting the radar gun at 99 a couple of times, 96 to 98 consistently, with a slider and a change to go along with it. 1-1 pitch. It's outside. There's the slider that he misses away, and it's 2-1. Palmer ground out to third and a fly out to right in his 2 plate appearances. 2 balls and a strike now from McKinley Moore, working from the stretch. And again, misses outside and high with the fastball, and now it's 3-1 to Palmer. Has good wheels. He gets on, make for Reed Brignac to make some things happen with Palmer's speed. 3 balls and a strike. This one tapped to the right side. Jalen Ortiz will use McKinley Moore on the toss, on the cover for out number 2. Ortiz has been tested a couple times at first base, and he's passed the test each and every time. Using McKinley Moore for the assist And the tag at the bag for out number 2, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Cesar Berbesi. Phillies acquired McKinley Moore from the Chicago White Sox in March of 2022. Familiar name here in baseball town. They traded Adam Hazley to get McKinley Moore. As Berbesi swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back. Hazley, a former first-round draft pick of the Philadelphia Phillies. Played here in Reading, played for the Philadelphia Phillies. And wasn't working in Philadelphia. The Phillies traded him, and they get McKinley Moore instead. Just 24 years of age. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Moore was activated here in Reading, and then no longer was he activated. That he ultimately went back on the IL for another 7-day stint, and then just activated today. And that one misses just outside. So it's another weapon now in the Fightin's bullpen. To go along with Tommy McCollum, who got the last out in the 7th inning. Ryan Kerkering, a highly regarded Phillies prospect, now a part of the Reading bullpen as well. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one is low, and it's 2-2. The advancement of Tyler McKay earlier in the month to Lehigh Valley. And then earlier this week, Brett Schultz also getting promoted to Lehigh Valley. Some key members of the Fightin's bullpen getting moved up and opening up the doors for others. This one's up high, and now it's 3-2 to Berbesi, the 9-hole hitter. Top of the order, and Wyatt Young in the on-deck circle if Berbesi can reach with 2 outs here in the 8th. Phil's 1, Ponies 1. 3-2 pitch is up high, ball 4. So Berbesi gets on base. Second walk surrendered tonight by the Phils as Parkinson walked just 1. And Tommy McCullum came on to get the final out of the 7th inning. McKinley Moore taking over here in the 8th. 2-out walk to Berbesi, and that'll bring up Wyatt Young. He drew the other walk back in the 4th. 0 for 2 on the night. As Berbesi takes his lead off at first, Moore delivers, and Young fouls it down the third baseline, and hot potato into the 67 club, bouncing around, and now the kids are scrambling to get underneath the bleachers and find the baseball. Great crowd on hand tonight on Star Wars night here at the ballpark. Mega Blast fireworks to follow when this one is over. Runner takes off, pitch on the plate, the throw down on the money. Cody Roberts guns him out. Casey Martin makes the tag, and Cesar Berbesi is caught stealing, and that'll be the 3rd out in the 8th inning. A rocket out of the raw arm of Cody Roberts retires Binghamton in the 8th for the Ponies. No runs, no hits, no errors, and ultimately no one left on base. To the bottom of the 8th, when we come back to baseball town, it's still Binghamton 1, Reading 1.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on and off the baseball field. For more information, please visit baseballtown.org.
Bottom half of the 8th inning, and new pitcher for Binghamton is Danielle Nunez, and Baron Radcliffe with his first swing greets him with a base hit. 5th hit of the night for the Fightins. Baron Radcliffe, who came on for Madison Stokes after Stokes got hit by a pitch, and swings at the first pitch and serves into left field for a base hit. So the Phils have a leadoff runner here in the bottom half of the 8th inning for Carlos De La Cruz. Binghamton 1, Reading 1. 1 run on 3 hits for the Ponies. 1 run now on 5 hits for the Fightins. So it's a big spot here for Reading. Gonna get the lead to go into the 9th. With Carlos De La Cruz at the plate, 1 for 3 on the night. I'm cool with you tonight from Baseball Town. An outstanding pitchers duel going on tonight from the get-go. Christian Scott started for Binghamton. David Parkinson for the Rumble Ponies. And the pen has done its job as well for both sides. Danielle Nunez in his 2nd game in this series for Binghamton. 0-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Serves this one into right field, but slicing out of play. Gets up in that jet stream. There is a strong wind blowing out to right field right now here at FirstEnergy. It was a breeze early. It's a wind now. There have been storms all around here in Berks County and in surrounding south central Pennsylvania over the course of the day, but so far so good and dry here in Baseball Town. No balls and 2 strikes to De La Cruz. Back through the middle and into center field for a base hit. Radcliffe will roll into second base as the Phils start the 8th with back-to-back singles. 2nd hit of the night for Carlos De La Cruz. He leads the Eastern League in hits now, 108 on the season. More importantly, 2 on, nobody out for Matthew Kroon. Danielle Nunez, 27-year-old right-hander. Spent some time earlier this season at Syracuse, the AAA affiliate of the New York Mets. From the end of April to the end of June, he appeared in 14 games at AAA. 19 2/3 innings, 18 strikeouts, but 21 walks. As he faces Matthew Kroon, who's 0 for 3 on the night. Kroon with a couple of strikeouts mixed in those 3 at-bats. Looking to do something different here. Now time is called. It's going to be a pitch clock violation on Nunez. So it's a 1 ball and no strike count. Ethan Gorsak called the time and pointed to his invisible watch on his wrist, which is the signal that it's a delay of the pitch clock. So 1 ball and no strikes now to Matthew Kroon. Kroon, big swing, fouls it straight back. It's like Orion Kirkering up in the Phil's bullpen. It is Kirkering. Right now the bullpen is quiet for the Ponies with Nunez beginning of this 8th inning. Pitch to Kroon, a breaking ball and a good one. Locked up Matthew Kroon. I think Matthew was thinking fastball and got a breaking ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Whatever it was, it certainly locked up Matthew. Whatever he was thinking, I should say. I know what it was. It was indeed a breaking ball. So 1-2 now to Kroon. Chopper back through the middle to the second baseman, Barbesi. Flips for 1. The relay is not in time. Matthew Kroon hustling all the way and with good speed legs it out. So De La Cruz is retired on the fielder's choice. Kroon safe at first. So now runners at the corners for the Fightins with 1 out. And Oliver Dunn to the plate. Hayden Sanger, the catcher for the Ponies, is looking in the dugout as to what he wants coaching staff to tell him in terms of the play, and that's predominantly pending what Matthew Kroon does at first. Basically meaning that if Matthew Kroon takes off, do you want us to throw down? Or do you want us to hold off because of the potential for a double steal, although Radcliffe is the lead runner. Dunn takes the first pitch over for a called strike. So runners at the corners, 1 out. Oliver Dunn at the plate. First pitch to him was a called strike. Dunn with 47 RBIs on the season, looking to add 1 here. Beats this one foul. Fielded nicely by Cam Cannon, coaching at first base tonight. And Al Padrique in the dugout tonight, but making the option to have Ray Ricker coach at third and have a position player coaching at first tonight, so a little bit of a different look for the Phils. No balls and 2 strikes now to Oliver Dunn. Nunez from the stretch. Kroon takes off. Dunn swinging a miss. Sanger will not bother to throw through. I think Kroon thought that was 3 outs. He started to take off the bag. Fortunately, nobody saw it, and he quickly gets back. But Dunn is retired on the strikeout. That's 2 down now in the inning. Big strikeout there for Nunez. And that will bring up Jalen Ortiz. Ortiz 0 for 3 on the night with a couple of strikeouts. Was safe on an error in between those 2 strikeouts. So a chance for Ortiz to wipe out some adversity in this series, and he drives this one into center field. Back goes Jalen Palmer, turns and will make the catch in the triangle in center field. Ortiz hit it to the very deepest part of the ballpark, but Palmer had a few steps and made the catch for a long, loud out, and the Phils are denied in the 8th. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We'll head to the 9th. Still tied in baseball town. Binghamton 1, Reading 1.
White Star Tours and Travel Centers offers the Our Phils Fan Road Trip again this season. It's your chance to hit the road with other Our Phils fans, see an Our Phils road game, meet with an Our Phils player, and also see an Iron Pigs and Phillies road game. The White Star Our Phils road trip visits Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland from Thursday, July 20th until Sunday, July 23rd. See the Our Phils in Altoona Thursday, meet with an Our Phils player or coach, then head to Toledo Friday and Cleveland Saturday to see many former Fightins in action. The trip heads back to Reading on Sunday. Visit the customer service booth for more info on the White Star Our Phils Fan Road Trip to Altoona, Toledo, and Cleveland. Space is very limited, so sign up today.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phils game ticket for only $21. This selection includes barbecue chicken sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, cookies, and so much more. Drinks feature all Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL. Order online at ourphils.com or visit the Customers Bank ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
The Auburn University Golden Wolves call the bullpen for Reading. Will bring in right-hander Orion Kirkering. And he faces Wyatt Young. First pitch to him is a ball. Right back comes the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, ball 2. Kirkering, the 22-year-old right-hander who has made a name for himself in the 2023 season. This is his 3rd stop along the way. Began the season at Clearwater. As Wyatt Young will slice this one into left field, but Ethan Wilson will cut down the gap and make the catch for out number 1 here in the 9th. Kirkering began the season at Clearwater, made 9 appearances for the Threshers, and then promoted to Jersey Shore on May the 9th. Pitched in 18 games for the Blue Claws, and then promoted here to Reading on the 6th of July. Now facing Rowdy Jordan, who doubled and scored the run for Binghamton back in the 7th inning. First pitch to Jordan, a switch hitter. Batting left-handed now is a ball. The second is a called strike. This the 7th appearance for Orion Kirkering since his call up to Reading. And the 1-1 pitch just misses, ball 2. 0-1 with a 4.50 earned run average in his 6 innings of work for Kirkering. 10 strikeouts, and he has not walked a batter. But now he falls behind Rowdy Jordan, 3 balls and a strike. Actually, that's called strike. I stand corrected. It's 2-2. Excellent fastball and slider from Kirkering. 2-2 the count. There's the slider that just misses inside. Now it's 3-2. Fastball 96, 97, 98, and sometimes plus from Kirkering. 3-2 now to Rowdy Jordan. Fastball is lifted down to third base line. Pedro Martinez battling the wind and actually ends up making the catch about 10 feet from the line. Pedro's had his tussles with the wind tonight on some infield pop-ups. But he has won the battles and made the catches. He's also made a tremendous catch on a backhander down the third base line tonight. 2 down here now in the ninth. 1-1 tie. And JT Schwartz now will bat for the Ponies. He's 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch from Kirkering. There's that slider, and it's over for a called strike 1. Kirkering coming into this season was the number 121 prospect overall in the Phillies organization. There's another slider that's in the dirt. I have no say in those prospects rankings, but I guarantee you that Orion Kirkering will be much higher regarded in the 2024 prospect rankings for the Phillies organization. 1-1 pitch, beats it foul, and it's 1-2. He has really opened up some eyes, not only in the Phillies organization, but some others as well. Certainly his name thrown around on more than one occasions in terms of trade possibilities as the trade deadline looms over the course of the next couple days. But I think the Phils are very happy in what they've seen from Orion Kirkering so far. Like to see him continue to progress. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Schwartz. There's a ground ball right to Oliver Dunn. He'll make the throw to first in plenty of time, and it's another 1-2-3 inning here in Baseball Town. We'll head to the bottom of the ninth. It's winning time when we come back. Binghamton 1, Reading 1, headed to the ninth.
Unlike any other area in FirstEnergy Stadium, the Savage 61 Dugout Suite puts you in the closest seat to the action on the field. Located just a few feet from the diamond on the first base side with covered seating, abilities of motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around. Your group will thank you over and over again for this one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite start at $27 and include options to add food and drink packages. The ProMax Fence Systems Foul Porch is an exclusive group experience. Located in our left field corner, groups of 20 to 30 people are treated to 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and drinks. In a festive atmosphere with a bird's-eye view of the visiting bullpen, regular season tickets are $34 for groups of 20 or more. Call us today at 610-370-BALL to reserve a spot for your group.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at FirstEnergy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you a front row seat to all the action out of the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with a large see-through net. Starting at $34, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit rphils.com or call us at 610-370-BALL to reserve your group outing today.
And so we head to the bottom of the ninth. Daniel Nunez will be back out there for his second inning of work. And he will face Ethan Wilson leading it off for the Fightins here in the ninth. Binghamton 1, Reading 1. Fightins got a run in the second. Binghamton with a run in the seventh. That's it in terms of run production. Phils with a chance for another walk-off here. Their lone win in this fifth game of this series coming by way of a walk-off. And that in the bottom half of the 8th inning, what was a 7-inning game. That was an extra inning walk-off win for the Fightins. Binghamton leads the series 3-1. Phil's trying to change that now as they bat here in the bottom of the ninth. Ethan Wilson leading off. First pitch from Nunez. Wilson beats it foul. Cam Cannon will make the play. Turn it into a souvenir. Wilson 1 for 3 on the night with a single and an RBI back into second. Lifts this one foul and out of play down the third base line. And he's quickly behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Ethan with the RBI single. Driving in Oliver Dunn, who had a double earlier in the inning, back in the second for the Phils' lone run. Wilson last time up crushed one foul into the pool deck. 0-2 pitch. Lifts this one straight up in the air. Hayden Sanger, the catcher, off with a mask. He'll give it chase, but he'll run out of room. And Wilson stays alive at no balls and 2 strikes. Again, wind really whipping around here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And flag on the top of the scoreboard at left center field, blowing straight out to right field. For the left-handed hitting, Ethan Wilson. No balls and 2 strikes. 27-year-old right-hander Daniel Nunez delivers. Wilson beats it to the ground to the first base side. JT Schwartz to his right makes the play and will use Nunez for the toss and the tag out at first base. That's 1 down here in the 9th. It goes 3-1 in the scorebook. And I'll bring up Casey Martin. Martin 0 for 3 on the night. A couple of flyouts and a strikeout. First pitch from Nunez is the fastball up the letters for a called strike. Well, actually, it looked like more of a slider from Nunez. I think that's what fooled Casey Martin, and it's quickly no balls and a strike. Swing, no contact, same pitch basically from Nunez, and Martin just kind of waved through it. Casey began the season at Jersey Shore, hit .280 for the Blue Claws over the course of 52 games. No balls and 2 strikes to him here. This one hit down the third base line, but foul. Martin at .216 when the game began. It's just 1 for 13 now in this series. And stays alive by fouling that one straight back to the backstop. Nunez working from the stretch. 0-2 pitch. Again, fouls it off. That one off the mask of the catcher, Hayden Sanger. Casey Martin staying alive with a couple of foul balls. Cody Roberts is on the on-deck circle for Reading. Binghamton 1, Reading 1, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. This one in the hole and through to left field for a base hit. Martin didn't hit it hard, but he hit it in the perfect spot between the 5 and 6 hole. And Casey Martin is a 1-out base runner here in the 9th. So we'll see what Al Padrique does here. Casey Martin has excellent speed. But he has only stolen 3 bases so far since his call-up. He is a perfect 3 for 3. Cody Roberts will bat. Roberts 1 for 2 on the night with a single. He's also walked. First pitch, Martin stays put. Roberts checks his swing. It's 1-0. Martin takes his lead off of first. Up and in, ball 2. Cody Roberts, the veteran catcher. 2-0 pitch to him. That's there for a strike. As Nunez gets him with a fastball, it's 2-1. Here's the pickoff attempt. Not a big lead for Casey Martin. He dives back in without a problem. Outfield playing Cody Roberts deep. And in left field and right field, a little bit around the other way. Straight away in center field is Jalen Palmer. 2-1 pitch is low, ball 3. So patient at bat here for Cody Roberts. He's got himself in a hitter's count. Martin at first and 1 out. Big swing, fouled it up straight back, and it's 3-2. Here comes your payoff pitch. Nope, time called first. Cody Roberts will call time. Adam Leverett up and loosening in the Phillies bullpen. If the Phillies can't win it in the 9th, he'll get the 10th. Binghamton starts to get some activity in the bullpen as well. Three-two pitch. Martin takes off. This one down the third base line, but foul. So we'll do it again on 3-2. It's William Woods who's loosening in the Binghamton bullpen. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And after Martin took off on the last pitch, I kind of thought a pickoff attempt might be coming, and it does. Martin gets back without a problem. We're just trying to see if maybe Martin takes a step too soon and you can catch him. But Casey Martin dives back in without a problem. Now takes his lead off at first. Doesn't take off here. Roberts hits this one to third. Perot's up with it. Flip to second for 1. The relay is in time, and yet another double play turned in this ball game as they go around the horn 5-4-3, and the Phillies rally is cut short here in the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, none left. We're headed to extras in Baseball Town, still tied at 1 apiece.
Gear up for Fightin' Phil's season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phil's team store at FirstEnergy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phil's hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selections of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading Hot Dogs gear, plus throwback, black, R-Train, R-Phil's attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, where great memories are made.
We head to the 10th in Baseball Town, and the Alberta University Golden Wolves call. The bullpen will bring Adam Leverett into pitch for Reading. And, of course, with professional baseball going to the rule that the ghost runner will start the inning in extra innings on second base, it'll be J.T. Schwartz who made the last out. He's at second with Jose Peroza batting, and Peroza grounds one in the hole and into left field for a base hit just past the diving Pedro Martinez. So Peroza with his second hit of the night. And with that, Schwartz stops at third base. So the Rumble Ponies have runners at the corners now and nobody out here in the 10th inning. That'll bring up Agustin Ruiz. See how the Phils choose to play this here. It's like they'll play back in the middle for a potential double play. Martinez at third will play up, and of course Ortiz will hold on at first as Ruiz rips one foul down the first baseline. Agustin Ruiz ropes one foul down the line. Adam Leverett, the 24-year-old right-hander, on the mound now for the Phils. First and third and nobody out. 25th appearance now for Adam Leverett on the season. 0-1 pitch, right back to the box. Leverett has it, and he's got his man hung up. They have him in a rundown. Pedro Martinez will tag him out. Everybody else moves up, but a fine play by Adam Leverett for out number 1. Good base running by the trail runners as Jose Peroza went all the way around to third, and the batter, Augustin Ruiz, got the second. So the Phils got the lead man, but the rally is still in place now for Binghamton because of the heads-up base running. So that will go as a fielder's choice. 1-5 on the putout as Martinez tug him out. Leverett did exactly what he was supposed to do. He looked right at the runner and ran at him and got him in a rundown. They tag out Schwartz for out number 1 on the fielder's choice. Ruiz goes to second. Peroza all the way around to third. So second and third and 1 out. And that'll bring up Hayden Sanger. The Phils will bring the infield up now. Cut off that go-ahead run. 1-1. Top half of the 10th inning. Hit hard and fair down the third base line. Peroza will score. Ruiz is on his heels. He'll come around and score as Hayden Sanger slides in with a 2-run double. And Binghamton takes their first lead of the night. It's 3-1 Ponies. 6th double of the season for Hayden Sanger. RBI number 18 and 19. And Binghamton now leads it 3-1 here in the 10th. Still not out of the jam yet as Joe Swazi now will bat. And the first pitch to Swazi is ball 1. Swazi 0 for 3 in the night, couple strikeouts and hit into a double play. Fouls this one out of play, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanger takes his lead off of second. 1-1 pitch, bounces up there. Nice play by Cody Roberts on the backhand stop. Make sure the runner stays put. Beats 1 foul at the plate. Swazi stays alive. Phils, of course, will start with the same luxury of having a runner at second base when their 10th inning begins. Pedro Martinez will be the leadoff hitter scheduled for the Phils. Right now, they've got to get out of any further damage here in the 10th. The Swazi will call timeout with a 2-ball and 2-strike count on him. And this Binghamton pitching staff has held the Fightin's offense in check throughout this series, that is. 2-2 pitch, over for a call. It's strike 3 as Leverett gets the strikeout. That's out number 2 here in the inning. That's out. Now he looks to try to get Jalen Palmer out and get out of any further jam and hope the Phils can rally in the 10th. Palmer 0 for 3 on the night. First pitch to him is low for a ball. William Woods, it would appear, will have the 10th inning for Binghamton. He's loose in the bullpen after Nunez gave them 2 innings. Swing and a miss from Palmer, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Woods got the save in Thursday night's 6-3 victory for Binghamton. Pitched an inning and a 2/3 in that one to get the save. 1-1 now from Leverett. In the dirt, another nice block by Cody Roberts. It's 2-1. Hayden Sanger takes his lead off of second. Swing and a foul tip in and out of the glove of Cody Roberts. Count now 2-2 to Palmer. 2-run double by Hayden Sanger. Has Binghamton on top 3-1 here in the 10th inning. Good crowd on hand waiting for a Mega Blast fireworks when this one comes to an end. That one's outside again, and now the count is full to Palmer, excuse me. And that's low ball 4. So Palmer comes back with a patient at bat, works the walk. So 2 on now and 2 out. And that's going to bring Brad Burgesson to the pitcher's mound for a conversation with Adam Leverett as Cesar Berbesi, the 9-hole hitter, will bat. And the Phils playing in special uniforms tonight. They are Star Wars jersey here on Star Wars night at the ballpark. Those uniforms will be available and are available as we speak online on auction. You go on the Reading Fightin Phils website, Fightins.com, and make a bid for those jerseys worn by the players at tonight's ball game. Conversation on the mound is over. Adam Leverett will go after Cesar Berbesi, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. This one grounded towards the right side of the infield. Oliver Dunn knocks it down, gets up, and makes the throw in time for the third and final out to end the inning here in the 10th for Binghamton, but not before the Ponies put 2 runs across. They do it on 2 hits, and they leave 2. We'll head to the bottom of the 10th. Last chance for the Fightins. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win when we come back on the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phils Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin Phils are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Reading Fightin Phils batting here in the 10th inning. Cody Roberts will be the ghost runner starting the inning at second base. Pedro Martinez will lead it off. He beats the first pitch foul. Vernon University Golden Wolves call the bullpen. Will bring in right-hander William Woods into the game for Binghamton, making his second appearance in this series. As I mentioned before, he did pick up a save 2 nights ago. A 1 pitch to Martinez, sliced into left field, going back to the wall is Joe Swazi at the warning track, that is, and makes the catch. Cody Roberts can do nothing other than watch, and that's 1 down here in the 10th. Martinez gave it a ride, but not quite enough to get it over the head of Joe Swazi at the warning track for out number 1 here in the 10th. They'll turn the lineup around now to Barron Radcliffe. Radcliffe with his second at bat came on for Madison Stokes, who was hit by a pitch in the 5th inning. And Phil's error on the side of caution took Madison Stokes out of the game, and Radcliffe in his lone appearance singled back in the 8th inning. First pitch to the big left-hander is inside, ball 1. William Woods, 24-year-old right-hander, making his 11th appearance for the Rumble Ponies. Picked up his 6th save in that game the other night. 1-0 pitch, big swing, no contact from Radcliffe, and it's 1-1. Carlos De La Cruz in the on-deck circle. So the Phils have a couple of big bats on the horizon. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win it. Cody Roberts on base with 1 out. Pitch to Radcliffe is down low, and again, it's 2-1. Woods, the right-hander from the stretch. 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. So a big spot here for Radcliffe and a good count to hit in. Phils get some activity in the bullpen just in case Keelan Kilgore gets up to loosen up. 3-1 pitch. Over for a called strike 2. Beats this one foul down the first base line towards the Phils bullpen. Woods spent some time this season at AAA Syracuse from April the 25th to June 17th. Pitched in AAA, 11 games at AAA with an 8.83 earned run average. Pitched a total of 17 1/3 innings for Syracuse. 3-2 now to Radcliffe. Beats another one foul. This one in and out off the facing of the Fightin's dugout. Radcliffe staying alive. Cody Roberts, the ghost runner at second. Phil's down 2 here in the 10th. 3-2 again to Radcliffe. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Two down now in the 10th. And now it's all up to Carlos De La Cruz. De La Cruz 2 for 4 on the night. Both of them singles. Carlos having himself a heck of a series. He's 9 for 19 in the series. First pitch to him in the dirt. Nice block by Hayden Sanger. Carlos, of course, among the Eastern League leaders with 18 home runs on the year. Drives this one straight up into shallow left field. Swazi battling the wind, still battling the wind, will make the catch, and that will retire the side and end the ball game as the Phils come up empty on the offensive side again tonight. And they fall to the Rumble Ponies in 10 innings by a final score of 3-1. We'll take a timeout. We come back at the Reading Fightin Phil's Radio Network with our postgame show right after this.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Welcome back to FirstEnergy Stadium, where unfortunately the Fightin' Phils drop another one to the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Binghamton now with a 4-1 advantage in this series. And another outstanding pitching effort from the Rumble Ponies. Reading has combined for 11 runs total in this series. And tonight, an outstanding pitching performance on the case of both starting pitchers. Christian Scott for Binghamton and David Parkinson for Reading. Scott went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, a run, no walks, and 7 strikeouts. Parkinson went 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, a run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. And obviously neither one of them factored in the decision as this one went to extra innings. And the Rumble Ponies come away with the W. Here's how the scoring went. Phil's got on the board first in this one. It started in the second inning. Oliver Dunn led it off with a double. And one batter later, Ethan Wilson lined a single into center field for a base hit, and Dunn came across. Wilson with his 45th RBI of the season. And after the 19th double of the year for Oliver Dunn, the Phils got their first run at 1-0. But the pitching took over from there and all the way up until the 7th inning. As Parkinson came back out for the 7th inning, and Rowdy Jordan was the first one to greet him. He roped one down the third base line for a double. 1 out later, Jose Peroza lined a double into left field, and that plated Jordan for the tying run. Parkinson was able to get one more batter, and then the Phils made the call to the bullpen to bring Tommy McCullum in to get the final out of the 7th inning, and he did so. And we were tied at 1 apiece going into the bottom of the 7th. Phils couldn't score in the 7th. Neither team could score in the 8th or the 9th. Phils had a big shot in the 8th with leadoff singles from Baron Radcliffe and Carlos De La Cruz. Matthew Kroon hit into a fielder's choice that retired De La Cruz at second, put runners at the corners with 1 out, and Oliver Dunn at the plate. He struck out. And then Jalen Ortiz took one deep, and I mean deep, as far as deep could go to straightaway center field. But unfortunately, just too much ballpark at that spot as Jalen Palmer made the catch in that triangle out in center field. And that ended the inning, and the Phils ultimately could get nothing across in the 9th. We went to the 10th. Adam Leverett came on in the bullpen for Reading. And again, with the ghost runner starting on second base and J.T. Schwartz, Jose Peroza then singled. Schwartz stopping at third. Agustin Ruiz was then the batter. He hit one back through the middle, and Leverett made a great stop and got the lead runner, Schwartz, in a rundown. To the other runner's credit, Agustin Ruiz went all the way around to third, Peroza went all the way around to third, and the batter, Agustin Ruiz, went to second. So the Phils were far from out of danger, despite the good play by Adam Leverett and the executed rundown. It was second and third and 1 out, and Hayden Sanger drives one in the gap for a double, and both runs come across, and that proves to be the difference as the Phils, with their ghost runner on second base to start the 10th inning, end up going 1-2-3 and are retired. So the Phils drop another one here to the Rumble Ponies, and Binghamton assures themselves of winning this series regardless of what happens tomorrow in the series finale. Chick-fil-A has been serving quality at Chick-fil-A, they've been serving quality food, and that's been their priority since day one because chicken is at the center of the menu. They serve with only real breasts with no fillers, artificial preserves, or steroids. Like other chicken in the United States, theirs contains no added hormones. Chick-fil-A with 3 Berks County locations at Broadcasting Square in Wyomissing, Fifth Street Highway in Reading, and Exeter Commons in Exeter is a proud 2023 Fightin' Phil's team feed partner. Our attendance tonight here at FirstEnergy Stadium presented to you by PSECU Credit Union, 6,620. PSECU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. For the victorious Binghamton Rumble Ponies tonight, 3 runs on 5 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 4 men on base. For the Fightins, 1 run on 7 hits. They did not commit an error, and they left 7 men on base. Danielle Nunez gets the win for Binghamton. And Adam Leverett will take the loss for the Fightins. Leverett drops to 0-2 on the season. For Nunez, he gets his first decision of the year. And William Woods gets another save in this series. And on the season, he's now got 6 saves on the year. Again, played in front of 6,620 fans here at FirstEnergy Stadium, but the Binghamton Rumble Ponies come away with a W. Reminder, this series wraps up tomorrow afternoon, 5:15 is first pitch here in Baseball Town. The Phils as the Reading Hot Dogs on a family fun Sunday afternoon, presented by Burke's Packing, will play as the Reading Hot Dogs. Tickets are available, and all kids receive an Aaron Nola bobblehead in attendance in tomorrow afternoon's baseball game. Great seats are available for tomorrow's game and all of the remaining games in the season of 2023 here at Baseball Town. You can get your tickets on the phone at 610-370-BALL or order online at ourphils.com. The Phils will be back home after going on the road trip for a couple weeks. In the first 2 weeks of August, they'll be back here on Tuesday, August the 15th, as they will welcome the Somerset Patriots to town for the first time in 2023. Again, in front of 6620 tonight here in Baseball Town. Phils fall to the Rumble Ponies. Binghamton now goes to 11-14 on the season, and that matches the same record for Reading, now at 11-14 overall. Tomorrow afternoon, the pitching matchup is set. It'll be Zach Hockey making his Baseball Town debut as a starting pitcher tomorrow afternoon. The right-hander's pitched well so far since being activated for Reading, and he will face right-handed pitcher Jose Chacin for the Rumble Ponies. Again, time of the game tonight, 2 hours and 20 minutes, but the Rumble Ponies come away with the win. 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 run on 7 hits for the Fightin' Phils. That'll do it for our broadcast. Thanks for listening as always. Hope you'll do the same and are watching on MILB TV. My name is Bob McCool. Binghamton Rumble Ponies with a victory tonight by a final score of 3-1. We'll be right back here tomorrow in Baseball Town. We'll be on the air with our pregame show at 5 o'clock. 5:15 is first pitched here in Baseball Town. Hope you'll be able to tune us in. Better yet, we'd love to see you here at the ballpark. Binghamton 3, Reading 1. That's our final score. Have yourselves a great night, everyone. And as always, thank you for listening to Reading Fightin' Phil's Baseball.